Time to get excited, fam. Time to get excited. 'Twas the night before the eve before the camp opens. Here we go. It's with me. I love football season so much that this is also the beginning of the end of the season. Never mind that. There's too much football to be played to be concerned. Fam, here's a question though. Who, I say who, will replace the Shark? That's only one of the things I want to cover tonight. Niners side K'Waun Williams upon the arrival of GM John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. You know that. And probably some of us questioned it at the beginning, wondering, okay. Actually, he was good at Cleveland and everywhere. Well, he showed you how good he was. San Francisco had arguably one of the league's best slot corners. Williams made prime-time receivers running routes out of the slot extremely difficult. And I'm talking Cooper Kupp until this last year. He never had a chance against K'Waun. K'Waun just lost a step or was injured during that game, I'm pretty sure. And then you got Tyler Lockett, Mr. High in San Francisco. How many times you asked during the course of the game, hey, is Tyler Lockett playing today? Yeah, he's playing. He's trying to play. He cannot. When Williams was missing out of the lineup, it was usually pretty evident because a lot of receivers had their way when he's being replaced by whomever. He's at least coming out of the slot anyway. So the search is on this season to fill that void left by the Sharks exit. And I used to love talking about it, boy. Guys, Rams, you know it too. Coop got away this year, but man, I still think K'Waun was not feeling on top of his game or something was hurting. But he had to play because it was that time of year. Also, fam, a source outside the Niners circle has declared the Niners wide receiver room second best to only one other team. When is the last time anybody in the NFL circles of any kind declared the 49ers wide receiver room anything but a bunch of guys just patched together? Not now. Actually, not last year either. Actually, they started looking good last year. But now they are legit. They are bona fide. They are polished. Uh-oh. Look out, NFL. Here come the Niners. So tonight, after going over the Niners candidates for the extremely important Nickelback position, and the Niners being declared the second best pass-catching unit in the NFL, we're going to the phones for your reaction and your opinions as well. And fam, one of the biggest questions for the Niners defense is who will step in at Nickelback this season. You already know that. That's a very important position. A lot of the best receivers in the league come out of the slot, unless K'Waun is over there, then they go back to the edge. That K'Waun's not there anymore. After 5 seasons with the Niners, K'Waun Williams signed with the Broncos during free agency and left D.C. D'Amico to find someone to take that place. It's going to be a tough task. K'Waun Williams, also known as the Shark, was not only effective in coverage, but in blitz packages. K'Waun would come in there like a bullet. Bam! He ain't that big, but the quarterback went down. Damn. Perfect. Ain't nobody worried about D'Amico. You know, you see a corner blitz or something like that, but it's usually the bigger guys. And K'Waun came there. Bam! Shark started licking his chops. Get him, K'Waun! So, hey, this may be the only seriously weak link on the Niners DB room, fam, and the overall defense period when you think about it. Because, you know, we're stacked in every position on that defense. But the cornerbacks look good this year. But if there's a weakness in that room, it has to be the slot. The search begins. There are a few options to fill the void at Nickelback, and it's being reported that the front runner seems to be Darqueze Dennard, who the team signed prior to Week 17 of last season, 2021. During OTAs, DB's coach Corey Undlin shared how impressed he was with Dennard's commitment to be ready to play after only being in the building for a week. DD camped out in Undlin's office, rarely leaving team headquarters. The man was serious. I mean, that has to be appreciated. Once on the field, DD, who, by the way, was a former first-round pick. I did not know this. Really? So, of course, he's looking like he's looking. That's who he is. The player impressed the entire Niners coaching staff enough to sign him to a one-year contract for the 2022 season. Most likely it's a prove-it deal. Darqueze, Dennard, you play some good football for us next year. You will be looking at a little more security than 1 year. Let's go get it done. You got some big shoes to step into. Or should I say you got some big teeth to step into. They belong to the Shark. We put him out there. We didn't have to worry. Shark was on his own out there. We didn't even give him any instruction. He played like he wanted to play. He went where he wanted to go. When you get to that level of play, we will be excited. During OTA's practice, Dennard has been seen with the first team as that Nickelback. Deommodore Lenoir. There's an N in his name. Deommodore, we call him Demo, is another option for the 49ers at slot corner. Demo began his NFL career starting in the first 2 games of the year, but faced some challenges as the season progressed. It didn't really end too well, but he is homegrown so far, so let's see what happens there. Demo was inactive during the postseason after appearing in 13 games. Unland shared that learning the Nickelback role is a huge undertaking that is difficult for many veterans, not to mention a rookie. So let's not jump to any conclusions about Demo just yet. Now, with a season under his belt, Mrs. Lenoir's baby boy, he could make a play for that role. It ain't over till it's over. Go Demo. And you're an underdog anyway. Richard Sherman trains and everything else. I actually like to see you win. Jason Verrett, question mark. Fem, JV has played predominantly on the outside. You know this, but did get some experience at slot corner when he was with the San Diego Chargers, because the slot corner does not need to be on the field for 100% of the defensive snaps. It could behoove the 49ers, and it could be perfect way for Verrett to return from that Achilles injury he suffered in week 1 of 2021. I thought that was the Achilles. I got some wrong information there. That was a knee. Anyway, he's up and around now. While there was likely a learning curve for most outside corners moving to the inside, Verrett's coverage skills and knowledge of the game could give him an advantage. He doesn't need to be categorized as a guy who may not have to or might have to figure things out. JV has yet to participate in on-field drills, but has been coaching up the younger members of the group during OTAs, like the veteran he is, and he should do. And then there's rookie Sam Womack. He also has a shot to compete for the nickelback position. Coming into camp, Womack is being viewed as a long shot for a starting role, but his 5 seasons of experience in college could play a huge factor here. Last year, Womack registered in 2021, Womack registered a standout 15 passes breakups. That's last year, right? He just got him, right? He had 15 pass breakups, ranking him number 1 in the MAC, a position he held for 3 straight seasons, 7 in 2020, 15 in 2019 through his 5 college seasons. Womack registered 126 tackles, 4.5 for a loss, 39 passes defended, 5 INTs. So when players report to training camp coming up this Tuesday, July 26th, finally, the wheels are getting ready to grind. This competition will only begin to play out. Keep an eye on this one, fam. From what is being said, though, I have a feeling they've already made up their mind. It's Dennard, if for no other reason for that experience and his pedigree. We'll see, though. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. And check this out, fam. The Niners' offense is well equipped for second-year QB T. Lance heading into the 2022 season. It's like this, I'm talking about both on the ground and through the air. San Francisco has a cargo container of weapons this year, fam, that should provide plenty of support for Mrs. Lance's baby boy. And are you ready for this? This, in a recent ranking of position groups around the NFL, as I mentioned earlier, what? ESPN, BR, none of them people can say anything about the 49ers wide receiver room, but Sharp Football Analysis has the Niners wide receivers, tight ends ranked, or should I say wide receivers / tight ends ranked as the second best unit in the league based on average ranks on a 100-point scale. The top spot belonged to the Bengals, who received a score of 97. Next was the Niners, scored 92. Are the Rams fans in here meddling and starting trouble? Rams fans, I want you to listen up and hear me here, please. You and the Dolphins ranked and rated scores of 83. That's 9 picks below the San Francisco 49ers. 9. I just want you to know that. I want you to know that now and realize when your whooping time comes, what happened to you. The Eagles fall in next with a score of 81. After that, who cares? Where are the Dallas Cowboys? Anyway, scores are based off average ranks of positional unit on a 100-point scale, as I mentioned, for all 32 teams. From Sharp Football staff writers, if all voters had a team at number 1, then, of course, that score would be 100, for example. And number 2, San Francisco 49ers. Sharp Football analyst Ryan McChrystal writes, quote, we're assuming Deebo Samuel suits up for the 49ers this season. Fam. You know what? I'm not going to see you till Tuesday when we open up for practice. But see, that's unless he signs, I don't. Do you think is he going to sign tonight or tomorrow? Because you know the 49ers like to sign people 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Deebo, wake up! What? Yeah, Coach John Lynch wants to come into the office. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You want to sign this contract or not? Yeah, all right. I don't know how they do that, but they do. Or maybe they get it done early in the day. They just don't want them to announce it to the public until later. But as a result, he goes on to say their pass catchers land in the top 5 on every ballot. If we could guarantee a fully healthy season from George Kittle, the unit may have ranked number 1, unquote. Now, through the air, the 49ers deployed 2 All-Pros in Samuel and Kittle, who are among the best at their respective positions. In addition to receivers, Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, Danny Gregg, Ray McLeod, and backup tight ends Tyler Kroft and Charlie Warner. And if Ross Dwelly remains on this team, the Niners pass-catching unit is top-heavy, but, when you're that good, of course you're going to be considered top-heavy. It doesn't mean the other guys ain't any good, though. But they have the potential to be among the game's best if Ayuk takes a big step forward in this his 3rd season, which... It would appear that him and Trey have been working hard, so he's aware of that fact. The Niners' offense has a ton of potential and will depend on Lance's development in this his first full season as a starter. If he lives up to expectations, his success should have a ripple effect on the rest of that offense, including a pass-catching unit that is already impressive just on paper alone. Fam, does anybody outside of the Rams neighborhood have any objections to that prognostication? Are the 49ers receivers, are they being overrated? Do you think it's been blown a little out of proportion? Do we need to see anything yet before we can go along with the sharp people? I said, hell no. Oh, they should be number 1. Yes. You give me some on that one. Also, who do you believe will rise from the dust of competition out of that Nickelback competition to go ahead and take that number 1 spot? Yes. Hey, you know what, fam? Hey, and who's that? Jerome, I see you out of Bama. I was getting a kick out of that. Anyway, what? I got somebody. Oh. Hey, Pablo. Pablo.
Ronbo, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Come on in.
Hey, long time no talk.
That's right, Pablo. Really long, man. I haven't seen that name up on the screen in a long time. How you doing?
Good, and you?
Fantastic, man. When football season's getting ready to start now, we can stop having to wait and count the days. We're up. And Pablo, I'd love to hear your opinion on us having the second best wide receiver room. And Pablo, if we have one weakness, it is the slot corner, because K'Wan Williams is going to be hard to replace. What are you thinking?
Yeah, he will be hard to replace. It was just that, his last game was kind of disappointing with Cooper Kupp that he burned him so bad the whole game.
I think he was injured, Pablo. I really do. I've never seen nobody ever beat him up like that, including Cooper Kupp. That was really nasty. You're right. He beat him on every play. Almost looked like every play. I've never seen that happen to him before.
Yeah, and I blame Kyle Shanahan and D'Amico for not doubling Cooper Kupp. I mean, it's obvious that if he's smoking you the whole game, you got to at least try to slow him down with double team or. Yeah, make adjustments. And yeah, it's I'm still upset about losing to the Rams like that, like how we did. You
We
know?
all are. We all are.
Yeah.
And now they're
It's like
talking major
it's like
trash.
yeah, I can't stand that Rudy guy. Oh my gosh, he gets on my last nerve.
He comes out smoking a
You know,
cigar.
but
You believe that? Oh, hell no. God. That's all right. Our day's
yeah,
coming,
but
Pablo.
yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah, we're gonna whoop them again twice this year again. We'll shut them up. They're not going back to the Super Bowl. That was a fluke.
That was the,
You know, and
they got away. They escaped. It wasn't like it was a dominant win over the 49ers. They slid by. You know? So, yeah.
yeah, with the help of the refs, of course. You know.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's
And we made some mental mistakes, like Jimmy Ward doing what he did to OBJ. It's like, well, he's a veteran, and we should have learned that. We should know better than doing that, especially when we lost in the Super Bowl. When we lost in the Super Bowl, we made some mistakes. That it was a young team. We never been to the Super Bowl. You know, we were celebrating too early, like we already won the game, and then they
came back.
They snuck up on us, and you know, yeah, they hit us in the ass. It was rough to watch. You know.
Well, you know, that's
but,
two learning years in a row. Okay, the Super Bowl was one, and in this game.
Yeah.
But you know what, Pablo? I still think we lost to the Rams only because of injury. They can't beat the 49ers with a healthy 49er team. They definitely can't beat Jimmy when he's healthy. And if we got Trent Williams not dragging his leg up and down the field all day, the Rams can't beat the Niners. That was just one of the things. They got lucky this past year, and it was their time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm concerned about Kyle Shanahan and Trey Lance because I don't know how that's going to work out. You know, how it concerns me just because of how he did with RG3 in Washington. I don't know if he's going to try to make him a running back, and he's not. He's more he has to make him a pocket passer. I don't know if Trey Lance is going to how he's going. It all depends on Kyle. That's the thing on his play calling. You know, and one thing that I noticed is that McVay he went to Cooper Kupp, his MVP, and Kyle didn't go to Debo in the Super Bowl or in the Rams game at the end of the game. You got to go to your best player. You know,
right.
it's like giving the ball to MJ or Kobe at the end of the game. They got to have the ball to win.
You know, Pablo, I think Kyle tries to use Debo sometimes as a decoy. If he's getting a lot of attention like that, you're hoping the defense draws toward him. But if it doesn't, Kyle, get the ball to him. I don't know. It's and as far as Kyle, I think he's going to be very conservative trade for the first few weeks, is my guess. We're going to run the ball a lot and he's going to bring him along slowly. He's not going to want him out there running around from jump. That is not going to happen because he could get hurt doing that. And then where we at then? Then Pablo, then you got Nick Sudfeld coming in. Oh, no, man. So, you know.
We have to have a better – you know, that's another thing that I was concerned about. It's like if we get rid of Jimmy, like it's looking like we are. I don't know if we are or not, but – it's going to go back to the CJ Beathard, and Nick Mullins as backup. You know what a disaster that was.
Yeah.
We don't want to go back to that, you know. Especially if they haven't trained Lance to slide, because it's like he doesn't want to slide. At least on the two games that we watched him play.
His experience, he didn't slide when he was at Dakota. Because he's such a big, bad dude running down the field at the college level. But yeah, right now his mind, and I'm hoping he's learned how to slide. They're probably working hard on that. In the beginning, his mind is not really ready for the NFL when he came in last year. When he played against the Texans, a little better. But that first game, Trey forgot he wasn't at Dakota. Did you see me charge that that defensive line at the goal line? Them dudes didn't move. I said, it's like he hit a brick wall. I said, Trey, man, you gotta go down or go up. Don't go right into it. Because that would have worked in Dakota. He'd have ran them all over, right? So, he's got to still process things and get understand this is the NFL. You got to use a different kind of thinking. He'll get it.
Yeah. As long as Kyle just breaks them in slowly and surely, just runs the ball, does play actions, and just don't force them to do too much, you know. and then we should be fine this year. We should have a good season. Hopefully, we make the playoffs. But we'll see what happens. I'm excited for this season. Yeah.
We got to make the playoffs, Pablo, because otherwise it doesn't justify breaking or getting rid of anybody. You got to if you're doing well. Okay, now Super Bowl, NFCCG. If you're going to make changes, they better be equal to or better. So if that doesn't happen, oh man, it's going to be rough next off season. People are going to be talking loud and angry.
And I'm concerned like you are about the Seahawks. Like it's like they have our number. That year that with Chip Kelly or Tom Tula we beat the Rams and we were complete trash.
Yep.
The Seahawks. It's like they have our number, but I mean. We have to beat them no matter what.
Pablo, if I'm watching any game with real concerns all year, damn everybody else, I just don't want us to lose to the Hawks. Please, God, no. Because that means you'll say, just like you're saying, they own us. No matter what condition they're in, they own us. And they'll be in here talking trash. I don't want to hear it. Oh.
Yeah, we need to beat the Chiefs. We need to beat the Chiefs and the Raiders, but for real, we can't lose to those two either.
Oh God, Raiders! Don't get me started on them. Oh, Pablo, good to hear from you again. We're gonna go. I tell you what, I hope to see. I'm gonna be back. First day of practice is Tuesday. I'll be back. Let's talk some more ball. See what happens that day. All right.
Okay. Hopefully, D will get signed.
I know, right? I'm scared to even talk about it. Pablo, good to hear from you.
Nice talking to you guys.
Same here, fam. Talk to you later. And we zoom on over to the working man, the man who keeps people in line. His name is Shabazz. Oh!
Ronbo, what's happening, baby?
Shabazz, football time, man. We're about to get started here, you know what I'm saying? And I was just delighted, chest up high and everything. Rams considered second best pass catching unit in the NFL by Sharp Sports. And who's going to win that Nickelback spot? Shabazz, you know how important that is for our defense?
Hey, that is. But you know what? I say if JV is healthy and ready to go, don't put no stress on him about putting him up top. He's shifty. He's crafty. When he's himself, not that he'll be himself. We don't know because his history of injuries in the league and his history of injuries with us. I like Verrett in that slot position. Put Verrett in the slot.
Shabazz, let me ask you, run this by you really quick. Would you consider if Dennard and Verrett isn't maybe able to do that yet, would you make Jimmy Ward mad and tell him he's going to have to play that slot a minute? Because, he doesn't like to play that slot, but he's the second best person we got on the team that can handle that spot.
No, I wouldn't put him there, Ronbo, but for the simple fact that we still need him up top, in my opinion.
But you may have Tavares back. You know what, Tavares, he lost a year in learning. I agree with you. But, man, I just don't want that slot to get ate up because, some bad dudes come playing out of the slot all the time. Man.
But, Verrett is a bad dude, and you got to think this. I think with what D'Amico's going to scheme, and everybody's talking about Hufanga starting. I don't know if that's a good idea because I think he's a hybrid, and I think he's really good in the box. Yeah. So I think that's where we're strong at because we got Greenlaw, we got Al-Shahir, we got Warner, and we got Hufanga being able to come in and plug. If Greenlaw needs a playoff, if Al-Shahir needs a playoff, we got Hufanga. I like him hanging around in the box because he's a ball magnet. But having him and he punishes people, but having him in coverage, now that makes me more nervous than anything. It does.
And so you and me both.
I like to have either JV, because to me, E-Man is our best corner. So we want E-Man.
Tavares, we ain't seen Tavares yet. Okay, yeah, but I agree. E-Man's definitely either neck and neck or number two.
Right. So, excuse me, Ronbo. I like Jason Verrett, or we'll see what we're going to get this year out of Deommodore Lenoir.
Mm-hmm. He may fool us because he got a little overwhelmed, last year. But he looked good, though, in spots. He really did.
He did.
Made some great plays.
And don't forget, you know who else made great plays? Humphrey Thomas. Humphrey Thomas had a great year, including that interception against the Rams.
Oh,
so I think we're all right.
Got better every week.
He did. He did.
Yeah, geez, like him a lot.
So I think we'll be all right because between him and Lenoir, with one of them in the slot, you know, or JV. Like I said, I like JV. If JV's healthy enough to be there and wouldn't mind being there, then yeah, because he has the agility, he has the
quickness.
speed, you know, the quickness, exactly, you know. And Cooper Kupp, I'm sorry, Ronbo, all the Ram fans, the guy that comes in and taunts us, he ain't all that. He's not Devontae Adams, man. He's getting a whole lot of carries.
Somebody said that the other day, didn't they? Lost his mind.
Yeah.
Too much good, okay. But like you say, Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp are at two different levels. Come on, man.
Right. Right. No, Cooper Kupp is nowhere near Devontae Adams. They need to stop that. But addressing to what you said, of us having that second best wide receiver room in the NFL, Ronbo, I keep telling y'all who's primed for a great season is my main man.
Ayuk.
And that's Brandon Ayuk.
Ayuk.
He's going to have a season where everybody's going to be like, we didn't know he was this good. Well, we knew he was this good.
Yeah.
You didn't know he was this good.
Yeah. You know what, though? Kyle has got to make that decision as well, though, because a lot of times what people don't know is they work on things all week long, the game plan. That's why Debo was like the man last year, because he was your breadwinner. He was the game changer. So we're going to use Ayuk. But on specific plays, it's got to go to Debo. And that's why people say, Ayuk was wide open. Well, you got to talk to Kyle about that. Option one, option two. And there were times, though, when Jimmy shouldn't have forced that ball into Debo, but that's what they were doing. I could see that real quickly. And also, they took George Kittle out of the mix sometimes as either a blocker or a decoy or something like that. But those plays all have – what you see out there going on is all by design and plan. So Ayuk needs to be part of the equation a little more seriously this year. And you're right, because he's got the talent. He showed that.
And he will, and I'm telling you, preseason Kyle's going to really mess him up with the rookie. Like I said, he's going to show some things on tape, let Lance air out a couple times. But when we get to week one against the Bears, we get down, and I know your concern is week two against Seattle. Man, Ronbo.
See, I'm going to stop whining.
Gone.
I'm going to stop whining. The first time we beat them, I'm nervous, Shabazz. I can't help it. Because, I'm more scared of losing to them than I am winning. You know what I'm saying? It just makes me crazy.
We didn't lose to them. You know who we lost to? We lost to that first ballot Hall of Famer called Russell Wilson. He the one that stole games after game from us. Pete Carroll is done. Stick a fork in him like a hot dog. Think about it. It was Russie. That's why when everybody said, well, what game? Right. What game that I'm more nervous about, Raider game or Bronco game, I said,
oh, yeah, because Russ is over there.
I'm more worried about. Right. Russ is over there. But I'm telling you, what I keep telling everybody is we'll be top 3 in rushing. So when you get in that constant ground and pound,
quarterback
ground and pound.
Yes.
Right. Everybody is nervous. So now you bring up everybody in the box because you're like, doggone it, I got to stop these dudes because these dudes is averaging 6 yards a carry. Is that what you want to do? You want to bring your safeties up? Don't worry about it. Kittle real quick. Touchdown. It's at Ronbo. It's going to be great. And everybody talking about, you worried about Lance. There's nothing to worry about. He's going he like what RG3 said, he's not going to call no bunch of plays. But he's going to put Lance in a situation where Lance is ever going to even have to carry the ball. Lance will have less than every game 7 touches where he's got to run and make a play. That's how effective our offense is going to be. He will have maybe 4 a game. Our offense is going to be that potent to where that run game, when them running backs with Mitchell and the new guy
wait.
that we got out of LSU.
Don't give him the job yet because people will get mad because you still have the man from Ohio State. He may win that. Hey, Shabazz.
Joe Sermon.
Is
Okay.
Trey Sermon gonna beat out Tyrion Davis Price? I quit arguing with people about that. All I said was Trey Sermon. I don't know, y'all. The man ain't usually running backs hit the ground running. They don't need time and experience. A running back is who he is in college, high school, and at the pro level because he's evolved himself. So when he hits the ground, he's supposed to go. And he ain't going.
Well, but he got injured, last year, and he may have got shook up and
3
was a bit
times.
fast when he got hit in the head, Ronbo. So let's just give him the benefit of the doubt.
I am.
But I'm telling you, that old line is going to shock people. We're going to shock people, and the reason why I'm going to tell you the defense is going to be so effective, I'm going to always go back to when the Cardinals was the best team in the NFL. Trey kept that defense off the field because, remember, Shanahan went for it on 4th down 3 times, even when Trey hurt his finger when he made him try to go running in the end zone instead of taking a God-blessed field goal. You don't do that with a rookie quarterback. You just don't do that. You take those field goals. We lost that game. Everybody go look at that game again, 17-10. That defense was rested. When they're not having constant 3 and outs, can you imagine Bosa in a contract year where he's not playing the whole game? Well, Armstead's not playing the whole game. Well, Warner's not playing the whole game. D'Amico Ryans, their defense, we're going to have a smothering year. I keep telling everybody that.
And
the 49ers will be.
And they've been playing together for such a while now. They should be bad boys. Shabazz, we
Ronbo.
have to go, though. Tell you what. Go ahead. Finish that.
13
and 3
and 4. And
13
it's going to
and
shock
4. That's right.
everybody.
We got an extra game. Well,
13 and 4. 13 and 4.
How about 14 and 3?
Now that's a stretch. That's a stretch. I see 4, maybe 5 losses on the schedule. 5 to the most, 4 to the minimum. But
we got to get to the playoffs.
We're gonna sweep. We get into the playoffs. We're gonna sweep. The Cardinals is getting swept this year. Everybody's like, no, you'll split with them. No, they're getting swept.
Yeah,
Seattle's getting swept this year.
Oh, please, Lord, please, Shabazz, I love it.
Okay.
Let me see you Tuesday evening after the guys get back. I don't know if they're going to break out working out that day or not. From what I understand, they're going to just come in and get settled in. But we'll see. All right, be looking for you though.
Yeah, I'll be back in Tuesday, Ronbo. Shout out to you. Shout out to production. Thanks for having me, guys. I
always
appreciate
a pleasure.
y'all. Shout out to my boy Leon and SoCal, and as always, bang, bang, not a gang.
Shabazz, have a great night, fam. Looking forward to Tuesday. And we're going over here and check out with the Brian Culp family. Brian!
Hey, Ronbo, how are you?
Brian, great, man. Weekends are always fun, especially when you're going into a week that is finally going to get back underway. The action gets back started. Whew. Yes. But Brian, go ahead. Because you already know what you want to say.
I'm always excited when I get to talk to you. I like talking about Twitter and here on the phone and stuff. And usually when I get to call back in, I have points to make. And last time we were talking about like Debo, and we were talking about some other players. But I got it up on my computer right now. Debo's drops and stuff like that. So last year's regular season, he had 121 targets and he had 77 catches. And then his overall career, he had 246 targets. And he's had 167 completions.
Wait a minute. You know what?
So
I was doing the math wrong.
Drops.
Everything else he didn't drop. It maybe just didn't. The ball wasn't thrown to him or something else. He didn't drop that ball over 100 times. That's a lot of drops.
But there's postseason. Well, it takes 2 people to catch a ball. It takes the wide receiver to throw the ball. To catch the ball and the receiver to throw it.
No, I mean, he had chances.
To throw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And regardless, those are your stats. So when you're going down and you're sitting down, breaking down at the table, and you're saying, let's talk money, you say, well, these are your numbers, and you can say, oh, well, this time, the guy, he blocked me and I couldn't get to the ball. Well, we still threw it your way. We give you a chance.
So that's counted as a chance, yeah. I guess it is.
So with the postseason, he had 14 targets. Just this postseason, he had 14 targets and 10 catches. He only had a touchdown.
You said postseason, Super Bowl?
Yeah, this postseason.
First year?
Yeah, because I only have the stats up for the 21 season. So this postseason, he had 14 targets and he caught the ball 10 times. So I'm not saying he's not valuable, not at all, but he does have some drops. Everybody has drops.
Yeah.
But, you think there was an attitude thing or something like that? Because for the St. Louis game, the championship game, at the end, when it was fourth quarter and we don't give him the ball, what do you think he said on the sidelines or didn't say? Because we all seen him crying on the sidelines. He's definitely a competitor. But did Kyle Shanahan take the game out of his hands and say, we're going to win it with somebody else?
You know, it's a good point, Brian, because we do know that Debo's over there yelling, give me the ball. Now, if Kyle said, Debo, listen, let me run the team, please. All right, let's just take it easy. I'm going to get the ball to you. You know I'm going to get the ball to you. Okay, let me do my job. And, you know, if you do have to have that conversation during the course of the game, it could get a little sticky. I could see that.
And this is all speculation, but this is what I'm thinking is did he become too big of a voice on the sidelines where Shanahan's like, no, we're going to win the game. You just calm down, exactly what you said, you know, and I'll get you the ball when we can get you the ball. We're all beat up. And that's another thing, too, is like you've seen him in the championship game. You see him in the Packer game. He was limping around. The Niners have been limping into the playoffs. So everybody had injuries. But that's my thought.
George Kittle limped off the field in Green Bay, scared me to death. But you know what? All of a sudden they come back the next week, though. So I said, okay, I guess we're okay. But you know, how okay are they is the question. So it's always a matter of health with the 49ers. Brian, nobody could beat the 49ers the last couple of years if it wasn't for injuries. We should have 3 chances in a row at that Super Bowl because we were stacked in 2019 too, or 2020. Yeah. Oh God, we had a team.
And you know, I respect everybody's opinion and stuff like that, you know, and you know, I come in here and I talk to you a lot about, you know, the Seahawks. But let's all be real. Everybody, please do what I'm saying. Go Google the Seahawks record against us. Go Google who played us as quarterback against us. Because yes, Russell Wilson's been up there for a while, but he's not the only reason the Seahawks have beat us. There was another quarterback back in the day, in the 23. 2003, 2000, you know, and he owned us for a while. Mike Holmgren owned us for a while. So I'm not trying to be a homer and say we can't get over this hump. But when everybody says it's just Russell Wilson, no, it's that Emerald City up there. They got something over on us. They got a leprechaun that's got some voodoo on us or something.
It is worrisome. I'm with you. I am not, until I see it, I'm still going to, when we go into the game, I'll be nervous as hell. As soon as I see that ugly uniform, I say, oh, man, here we go. God. And the first thing I started worrying about, Brian, is the officiating, especially playing in Seattle. And because they always seem to come up with this dramatic, bad, pivotal call. I said, oh, man, you know that. What is that? And then we, you know.
It definitely seems like we get some bad calls. And, like, in the last couple championship games, we've had some bad calls. And I know everybody can say, oh, it's bad calls and bad calls. But I think this really goes back to, like, Eddie DeBartolo. And, you know, him, you know, getting reprimanded by the league. Because ever since then, we've really gotten some bad calls. We went up to Seattle, the Rick game. Everybody can go Google it, YouTube, NFL, you know, championship. I think it's 2014, Seahawks, rigged, 49ers. There's a delay of game. The Seahawks had the ball for like 60 seconds, no flag. The Niners got a delay of game, didn't even elapse 40 seconds.
Right. So, while you're doing that, think about this for a second, too. How many times have we actually benefited from a wrong call for us and the Seahawks suffered? Now, people are still giving me grief. Every now and then I see somebody say, you guys, that was holding on Fred Warner. I say, you know, man, is that all you could, well, that's pretty weak. They were pretty much both battling for that ball, and they were both using hands on each other. But that is the only thing I can think of that might be questionable. But otherwise,
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you sit there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure if you sit there long enough, you can think of other plays or other people can dig out things from the archives and stuff. But, you know, just think about the championship game. Navarro Bowman ripped his knee open, tore it open, and they ripped the ball out of his hands. He's on the ground, and they said it wasn't a fumble. And then we got the ball back, and, you know, I mean, like, come on. They're just, you know, they're throwing Skittles at our guys on the field. I mean, like, you know, I want to beat the Seahawks so bad this year. And I hope Trey does go up there and stomp them because, you know, if he can stomp the Seahawks, then, you know, hey, that's one thing that we haven't been able to do in such a long time. You know? Hey, let me get off the phone before I get off the phone with you. I wanted to tell you my 5 kickers because, you know, I like special teams. And I did a little bit of research. So Robbie Gould's our number 1 kicker in franchise history since, like, the 80s. Ray Leschenzer, the hacksaw, we're going to go with him number 2. He's got 2 Super Bowls. Phil Dawson, He's pretty good. We're going to put him at 3. Mike Coffer, he's got 2 Super Bowls with the Niners. Then we got David Akers. And I think we're putting David Akers up there because, yes, David Akers, Phil Dawson, and Robbie Gould have stats from other teams. But David Akers has the longest field goal in Niners history at like 63. So I'm thinking that's pretty cool. And I'll keep calling in and talking to you and dropping some special team stuff in. But, no, if we don't sign Debo, that's because the Niners don't want to. And they're not putting it out there just yet because they're just not ready to.
Whoa.
So, hey,
and they might be thinking, look, Debo has another year on his contract. We'll get that done, but we're not gonna be hurried.
And Jimmy's still on the team, whether or not anybody likes it or not. The Niners are going to do what they want to do. And I tell you what, I'd rather have him as backup than Nate Studville. But hey, that's what I got for you tonight, Robert. I'll talk to everybody later. Have a good night, people.
Night, Brian. Give my best to Lily and Tony. All right, fam. And I see Splendiferous says this has to be of Jalen Hurd's last chance. I forgot all about Jalen Hurd, Splendiferous. Where is he? Is he playing ball this year anywhere? That I can't imagine. Anyway. Splendiferous also says, we just did that. Okay. What? It's Dion. D.
Ronbo, what's going on, man?
DC's about to get started again, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like excitement time again after having gone through one of the most miserable off seasons in a while. Because, if we, like in 2020, we got our ass handed to us and we knew we wasn't going nowhere. But Super Bowl year, that was terrible off season. And then this year, another almost and got out. So, the off season sucks. So getting back out there to finish some unfinished business, let's go. I'm feeling great. But the wide receiver room, D, rated number 2, and that may be a mistake. And of course the Nickelback situation. Anything else you want to add, D? Come on in, man. We ain't talked to you in forever, man. What's up?
It's been a long time, man. For me, to be honest with you, this offseason has been extremely tumultuous. It is very frustrating. I'll be glad when Jimmy gets the hell out of here. I don't want him. I don't need him. We have Trey Lance, and I'm good with that. My main reason for Jimmy getting out of here is strictly based on the fact that Jimmy screwed us. He screwed us royally when he decided to have that shoulder surgery late. You know what I'm saying? So it killed his trade value, the little bit that was there. So now we had to be stuck with him sitting here, and we'll eventually get rid of him. And once we do, the team will be better for it. I know a lot of the listeners are Jimmy fans, and y'all can have Jimmy. Wherever he goes, follow him along. Follow his career. I am a Trey Lance guy. I will be glad when Jimmy is gone, so I don't have to keep holding my breath for another interception that he's about to throw. And anybody that thinks that Jimmy should stay, you're out of your mind. You will destroy that locker room. You will cause a rift if he's still here. He is not going to be in a backup role. If you put him in a backup role, he ain't about to take the pay cut to do so. And what does that do? Handicap the team. What if somebody gets injured and we need to sign someone? You over here making $26 million sitting your ass on the bench. That's not worth it. So for me, I'll be glad when he's gone. I'll be glad when he's traded. He's healthy. I would have cut his ass just so he can't get injured, and we have to give him all his money because the minute he gets injured, his money becomes guaranteed. Or if he's on the roster week 1, his money becomes fully guaranteed, and I don't want any of that. I need him gone so the locker room can fully embrace Trey Lance, and there's no question, no ifs, ands, or buts. As far as the slot position, Deommodore Lenoir was supposed to be groomed for that, but we drafted so many damn DBs and picked up so many UDFAs as far as defensive back. We don't really know who's going to have it. From what I heard, it was Darqueze Dennard. He seemed to be the man for the slot right now. And, probably a little bit of Lenoir. I've heard Sam Womack's name in that mix as well. So I definitely do hope that, somebody gets in, locks it down, and can keep it going because the Shark did a fantastic job. That's not to be disrespected. You got to love Kate Moss.
He was great.
Yeah, so that's the hard part about losing him. But then at the same time, it's like, hey, you got to move on and do what you need to do. I respect it, I get it. But other than that, man, I think it's the season. I'm gonna say 12-5 or 13-4, and I do feel that Lance is ready. It's gonna be a simpler situation than people think. A lot of people are giving the flack, and the last few callers, everybody just basically kind of shooting on him like he's dumb and he doesn't know anything. The young man was studying NFL film in high school. And that game plan versus the Cardinals, I was at that game, Ronbo. That was Kyle Shanahan's fault. He had a horrible game plan. He dressed Travis Benjamin instead of Juwan Jennings, who Trey Lance has a rapport with, and then sat him out there and ran a college-style offense. That's trash. Trey Lance had the playbook down mentally within 2 weeks. So if that's the case, then you should have been able to set up a few plays for him and say, look, man, this game plan is what we're doing, blah, blah, blah. And you definitely don't just dress Travis Benjamin over Juwan Jennings, because Travis Benjamin was garbage. You don't know that. But, I mean, I'm happy, for the season. I can't wait for it to get started. I can't wait for Jimmy to be gone. And I will be glad to see the full offense in its all its glory, and see how you get hit on these deep balls instead of Jimmy passing them up for these little short passes over the middle. But yeah. I am good.
Do you wonder though? You believe that Jimmy intentionally took on that operation? I think it could be, if that is true, maybe he'd rather be released than traded so he can do his own. But the problem with that theory is now if he did do that, he won't be playing anywhere this year because it's too late. Especially coming off that surgery and the fact that he had that salary, although he can renegotiate, and that might be the thing too. He can renegotiate the salary with another team. I have a feeling.
That's what he's been talking about. He's been basically, Don Yee has been saying that they're willing to renegotiate his salary because they know nobody's going to pay him $26 million, and he's a backup. All the teams have a starter now. Nobody needs a starter.
Well,
technically speaking, I mean, maybe Atlanta, They could probably use it because Marcus Mariota ain't doing much of nothing.
Well, that's what I'm getting ready to say. There's some teams he could probably beat people out. I mean, I understand that you really do not like Jimmy Garoppolo, but I think there's a few quarterbacks around the league he could take their job. But the point is, he can't really go anyplace now. It's too late. You don't know anything about the program. You don't know anything about the players on the team. You could actually come in, though, and sign later, groom up, and if something happens to the starter, like what happened when he came to San Francisco, you step in, dazzle, and then maybe you take it over from there. Or somebody gets hurt in camp right now, between now and the first game of the year, and he goes to that team. That's pretty much all he can do. But the 49ers would still have to release him, though. So, and
oh, yeah.
And it's not because Jimmy, I don't think anybody thinks he's that terrible that they're not going to want to pay him $26 million, though, because, like I say, he doesn't know anything about the program. I'm going to bring him in here and pay him that salary. So the 49ers know I'm not giving you any draft picks. And you guys got to pay part of the salary like you did Baker Mayfield. Teams aren't rich right now because of the pandemic, so nobody has money to just splurge like that.
Do that, yeah. Then at the same time, for me, like my number one thing with Jimmy is, it's like I appreciate what he did while he was here. Good looking out. But the thing is, he disappeared in the playoffs. And these are facts. And anybody that wants to argue that with me, by all means, please bring your facts. Because he did nothing. All of our playoff wins came off the back of the defense, the run game, and the special teams. Jimmy has some of the worst playoff stats in history. Literally. The man is 4-2 in the playoffs and didn't win not one of those games. You could go back to 2019. What happened, Minnesota?
You got to admit that's pretty lucky. I'd rather be.
It is lucky
than
good.
It's
a good. Hey, I would take luck all day too. Keep me getting paid. But like those are just things that happen, man. But
and they do. You got to realize too, the playoffs is a whole different beast. Look at Aaron Rodgers. He's over a decade. He's been trying to get over that hump. There's one guy, Tom Brady, is the only guy that goes back and forth to that playoffs and does a job. And he finally got beat. But, I think people expect, and I hope they don't, but I think they expect when Trey comes to the playoffs, he's just going to just iron, steamroll everybody. I think it'd be best to temper expectations, allow him to grow.
Oh, yeah.
When you get the best against the best, anything's going to happen. Ask Drew Brees, ask Aaron Rodgers, ask a host of people. It's just easy.
Yeah, it's not a cakewalk like that.
Never will
but
be.
For me,
and
I can tell you, it never will
always win it.
Yeah, and I can tell you this. This is how I think about Trey Lance when it comes to the playoffs. He'll be new, but what you do for him is the same thing you did for Jimmy. Run the ball. Let the run game get established first. Let him get a feel for it. And then next thing you know, you start dipping them pass plays in there. Kyle protected Jimmy all these years with enough things that he could have to throw and do this and do that. So it makes more sense for him to do the same for Trey. And I don't have any issues with Trey Lance. I feel like Trey Lance is going to come in and, as long as the O-line gels properly, it'll be more of a seamless transition because that is a question mark right now. Left guard, right tackle, because we don't know if McGlinchey's going to be healthy and ready to go for the season. So there's a variety of things that could come into play. But I still believe that we're better off with Lance and we're better off, moving forward from Mr. Garoppolo. He can go do all the Subway commercials he wants.
We're going to find out, though, aren't we? All right. D, we got to go, though. Great to hear from you again. And
all right, brother.
And Tuesday, they get back on the field. Let's see what kind of reports we can get to mull over. All right?
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, Phil. All right. Hey, as a matter of fact, your lady's name is Jade, right? Wait.
Jasmine.
Hey, shout out to Jasmine, too. All right, Phil. Y'all have a good night.
All right, brother.
All right. I knew it was some kind of emerald. I just couldn't remember which one. Hey, Joey.
Hello?
Joey.
Hello?
Dude, yeah, I'm right here. To say it again, though, it's kind of funny. Yeah. Joey, man.
Hello?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jersey Joe used to do that, too.
I got dogs.
How should I say? Go
I
ahead.
got dogs barking. Hold on.
Yeah. Well,
Hold on. I have dogs barking. Hold on.
Does he bite? He sounds like pissed off.
No. Yeah, Jimmy's still on the team.
I know. Dogs definitely wants to bite somebody. Doing great.
How you doing,
season's
Ronbo?
getting ready to start. And I'm fabulous. Waiting for this was uncomfortable. But now we're getting started. So
Yeah, just so much good stuff, man. I mean, I know the whole Debo talk is, Debo, and him not having his contract and Jimmy being on the team. But hey, man, you know what? To be honest with you, there's still a lot of positives, even without those two topics, right? Like you talk about the cornerback position being, bolstered and a lot better than what it was last year. I mean, how many times did you hear people going, "Oh my God, look at who we got at corner," and they're dropping like flies and going into the playoffs with Dante Johnson at corner,
Joey, same thing with the wide receivers because now, you watch Debo and Ayuk, they're 3 years between the two of them, right?
Yeah.
Almost. So, we've got rookie wide receivers or second tier. Mm-hmm. So now we got polished, legitimate, bona fide, and ready to roll now.
Right.
Yeah.
And I haven't, I didn't really talk to you too much during the draft process, but one guy that I absolutely wanted was absolutely like my favorite draft pick that we took, and that was Danny Gray. Danny Gray with his breakaway speed, I think that's another element that we're not talking about. Like, is it Marquise Goodwin? No, but actually, like, to me, and I'll tell you the comp that I have for him was Raheem Mostert. Just because of his breakaway speed, like from start to finish, like he has that burst that Raheem Mostert has. Like you put on the tape, like 0 to 60 in
seconds like he's a Ferrari, you know, like he's a bigger version of like Tyreek Hill. I'm not saying he's Tyreek Hill,
Well, the thing
like
is,
that
you're
kind
right.
of fast, but like
he's big. No, he's not a small
He's big.
guy. Yeah.
He's not. No, he's like 6 feet, 6'1", 6'2". I mean, I've read so many different draft profiles on him. Some says he's 6'2", 6'1", 6 feet. Like I don't know how tall he actually is, but like he's not like
smart.
you know,
I
under
mean, he's not
6
small.
feet. He's right, and so he's going to be a nice piece. And then also we got Ray McLeod and Jawan Jennings, and
but
we
he's
could
quick.
do like
I like that.
Right. But what I'm saying is we have so many different guys that do a little bit. What am I trying to say? We have receivers that do a little bit different things than the other person, right? Like they don't all do the same thing. So it's like we can
you're right.
line them up in different
Ayuk with the
ways,
routes.
so.
You got Gray with the speed. You got Debo with the brutality.
Right.
You got Jawan Jennings.
Right.
Hey, try to describe Jawan Jennings. Jawan Jennings is like a tough guy. He's
boy.
got size. He runs great routes. I mean, the guy's good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then edge too. Like we're pretty deep at edge. Like, you know, we got Sam Abukum, we got that guy Ture from the Giants. We got
wait, Joey. I got corrected on this, so now I'm bothering everybody else. It's Ebucom.
Ebucom.
I was so embarrassed. I said, okay, I was just looking at how the vowels and the consonants are lined up. So I
said Abukum because that's what you used to call him.
I know, right? Don't listen to me. Ebucom. Okay, it's my fault then. Okay, Ebucom. I got corrected.
All good.
People laughed at me so hard.
Okay. Yeah, man. Man, this is the time of the season where we all get pumped up, man. Season's about to start. We came off a great season last year. You know, you just need a little bit better play from a certain position, you know. So I'm not going to get too much into that, but
everybody else does. Go ahead.
I'm not. I'm exhausted talking about that, so I ain't even gonna touch on that. I'm at a point, bro. I'm at a point where I just want to see my team win, bro. I honestly don't care who's that quarterback. I want Trey in there. You know, if Jimmy's in there. Like, I'll still support him. As much as shit I talk about Jimmy, bro. Like, real talk. There was a point in time where I threw on a Jimmy G jersey last year, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like,
hey, you know what, Joey? That's the thing. You know, after we went 3-5, they recovered. Do you know that Jimmy was rated as one of the most efficient QBs in the league during that stretch when we climbed back into the playoffs? He was sharp until he got hurt. I mean, and then on that fateful Monday night in Tennessee, bam! Oh,
bro,
the
one play that I keep reliving in my head was Kyle Juszczyk wide open up the left sideline, bro. He threw it 10 yards out of bounds to the cooler that was under the bench, bro.
What game was that? I thought that was
That was the Titans game. The Titans game.
You know what though?
Kyle Juszczyk was wide open up the left sideline, and he threw it 10 yards out of bounds.
Yeah, but you know what, Joey? One thing I'll never understand, and I wonder if we're going to do that with Trey. Jimmy was hurt. That hand was screwed bad, and that was when it was really fresh, right? I don't know that. I've never had that kind of injury, but I can't imagine trying to grip a football and throw it hard and fast accurately. So I sometimes wonder, do we?
So then we should blame Kyle Shanahan. Why is he putting injured players out there if they don't give us the best chance to win?
Exactly.
So I mean, all this hate towards listen. Love him or hate him, Jimmy G, whatever your take is on him, that's your take. But hey, listen, if Kyle Shanahan is our head coach and he is putting our players in not the good, best positions to succeed, we cannot blame the player. We have to blame the coach, because if he's not putting the players in the best position to succeed, then why are we blaming the players? That should be a coach thing. Like Deebo Samuel, like one thing that I always harp on is why did he not touch the ball the last 9 minutes of the game? Why do you think he was crying on the sideline? He was crying on the sideline because the head coach took the ball out of his hands. Meanwhile, the best player on the other team was Cooper Kupp, and he was getting an end around on a very important fourth down. We had a fourth down of our own. Did Deebo Samuel get the ball? No, he did not. That's the difference. Rams went on to win the Super Bowl. We were on the couch.
And also, why wouldn't Kyle make the switch too? This is the things that goes because I was thinking, yeah, okay, you know, if Jimmy's going to be out there and you're going to have him throwing the ball like that, then I think maybe you should let somebody else come and throw on those plays or something because you can see he's not right because Jimmy makes those throws all day when he's healthy, and I've seen it before. So it was really strange. I don't it's just it is what it is. Season's over. We lost. Damn it. God.
Yep. I mean, hey, all we can do is Trey Lance is the only. Here's the positive though about Trey Lance that a lot of people may or may not be talking about is the unknown, right? Like when you talk about Colin Kaepernick coming in 2012, like nobody knew who he was. Like who's to say that this kid Trey Lance doesn't come in and because there's no tape on him, right? That he doesn't blow the roof off the joint and start lighting it up like a damn Christmas tree, right? Like. Because there's no tape on the guy. No one knows what he's going to do. No one knows what he's good at. No one knows what his strengths are, what his weaknesses are. You can't defend him. As of right now, you can't defend him.
And hopefully that stays the case for 17 weeks. But John, good stuff. Right. All right, hey, tell you what, we're going to go. We're going to wait for opening day of practice on Tuesday. And good to hear from you again.
Got it, buddy.
From you in forever. All right.
All right, buddy. Yeah, it's been busy, man. But I got new hours at my job, so I'm off at 2:30 now. So I'm going to try to. Right. I'll do my best to try to call in a little bit more. I've just been really busy. Shout out, my boy called me, Mr. VA Trey called me. He said, man, listen, man, I miss your calls. You got to call in the Ronbo. So, shout out to him. He was trying to get me on here. So,
right.
Love
Good
Trey,
stuff.
man. Trey, Ronbo, thank you for everything you do. Thank you to your production team for this great show that you put for us, man. Thank you so much. Go Niners. Bang, bang, Niner gang all day, every day. Let's go.
We got it. All right, Joey. Talk to you shortly. All right. It's good to hear from people I haven't heard from in a long time. Hey, and it is time for Papa Dragon.
I'm still a champion of the world. What's up, Ronbo?
It's almost time, Pop. It's almost get down to the get down time.
I'm fired up.
Pop,
I just want to clear up a couple of things.
Your sound is like not like normal. Well, are you doing anything different?
Nope. How about now? Is that better?
Oh, yeah, a little. Okay, we'll work with that. Let's see what happens.
Be a bad connection.
All right. It's okay though. Not bad.
People got to understand something about Jimmy Garoppolo. He is the gift that gives. He is the gift that taketh away. If it wasn't for Jimmy Garoppolo, Ronbo, and this is good news, I wouldn't know what Pornhub is.
As he admits that he does frequent the site some.
Here's the bad side of that equation, Ronbo. Because of Jimmy Garoppolo, my kids know what Pornhub is.
You've got to learn to turn the computer off when you walk out of the room.
Jimmy Garoppolo, he dates a girl and she's all over TMZ. It's just going to happen, Ronbo.
Well, yeah, that's
true. You're going to be curious, and when you Google it, that's what's going to come up. If you Google Jimmy Garoppolo's girlfriend right now, it's going to pull up that porn star chick.
I've seen that by accident. I always wondered, does Jimmy know that they either say married or they show the other girl too, the one he broke up with when he was first got here, and then they show Miss Licious, right? And I was like, that's if I was Jimmy, I'd call somebody. Look, there must be a way you guys can stop connecting me with it. It was just a brief thing, okay? I don't talk to anymore. So yeah.
Hey, all I gotta say is that the same thing happens on the field. He'll stink up a first half or stink up 3 quarters, and then he'll drive the team down for the winning field goal against all odds. That's Jimmy Garoppolo. So if you really do believe that we would have got there with any of those other quarterbacks we had, okay, instead of Jimmy Garoppolo, you're mistaken. A big part of the quarterback game Jimmy does have. He's got like intangibles. The team follows him. They play hard for him. That's not true for all quarterbacks. There have been quarterbacks way more physically talented than him, in Carson Wentz, for example. And they couldn't wait to get rid of the dude because he's an a-hole.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins is an a-hole. Aaron Rodgers is an a-hole. Now, that's the one side. That there is that other side where Jimmy he'll make a bonehead mistake that like a rookie quarterback will make. But make no illusions. Make no illusions about any of this. It is time for him to go. But you know what? Jimmy knows that. That's why he said goodbye. People bitching about him at this point, it's irrelevant. He's gone. Period.
At least he's trying.
And I want to say one thing about Seattle. People act like nothing good ever comes out of Seattle.
Coffee.
There's something that very good comes out of Seattle.
And?
I-84. Interstate 84 comes out of Seattle. You got to look at the positive side of life. It's all about being positive, Ronbo.
True. Silver linings.
Okay?
Yes.
When I sit there and I say 11-6, I'm not looking past no teams. I'm just thinking that Trey Lance doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He learns from his mistakes. He seems to get better. He works hard. He's got immense physical gifts. Only thing the receivers got to do is catch the ball. Okay? Now, if his college teammates can catch it, the 49ers can catch it. Well, they should be able to. Okay? Simple. Catch the ball hits in the hands.
AB equals yes.
I don't care about it wobbling a little bit. I don't care. Catch the ball. Don't ask for $25 million and you got 12 drops. That's what he's doing.
Maybe could that be why Debo doesn't appear to be too excited about Trey? I wonder, could that be why Debo doesn't appear to be too excited about Trey?
Oh,
interesting.
Would you be? I wouldn't be excited. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo is like throwing me 2-3 yard passes
all day.
That works. That works in my skill set. Just give me the ball. Give me the ball. I'll take care of it with my Madden 91 break tackle rating.
Well, that's his strength. You can't get mad at him for that. You know what? It's like somebody pointed out a minute ago. We got a receiver for every style in the football universe. We actually do now.
I know this. Absolutely. And we have that. I think there was something online or something on Bleacher Report today that said that the 49ers had the second best receiving corps in the league.
Yeah, that was Sharp.
Who came up with that.
That was Sharp. Okay. Sharp. I forget what sports room they are, but I know they're Sharp something. Yeah, they broke it down from a point of 1 to 100.
Yeah, well, they're breaking down stuff, and they haven't seen anything happen. This is 2022. They just got to go. They got to play. They got to get there healthy.
Yeah, they just didn't vote
all the way through healthy.
That's a good point. I don't know what criterion they were using to break that down like that, but they all agreed. If everybody agrees on one team, it's 100%. If this percentage, just break it down like that. So they're just going by speculation and what they know of each team, I guess. But Cleveland is number one.
It's probably that, but it's all, it's all, what is it? It's entertainment. It's stuff for us to talk about, things like that. You still got to play the game.
Still got to play the games.
Somebody's got the ball. Somebody's got to block it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like a lot of little things that still have to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, we got some positions to shore up. We'll see it happens. But I hear a lot of negativity. I'm just trying to be positive. It's like they say Hufanga is not an athlete and he can't play. But you know what? I'm gonna be positive here. He's got great hair. That's positive. You can't
look at him doing shampoo commercials. You know what though? Hufanga's got some serious athleticism. Well, I got a clip of him doing something that was really outrageously crazy. So you know what?
I saw him dunk over somebody's head.
That was
crazy.
you. I went and looked that up, and yeah, Hufanga's like.
He jumped over a dude's head and dunked on him with power.
Yeah, Hufanga's an extreme athlete though. His speed is questionable. He said the game slowed down for him, and he's seeing things a little different. We may not see him getting beat like we saw that couple of plays last year. So we'll see.
beat. No, he should not. He shouldn't be getting beat too deep because if he's in position, he's in position.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you're
And you
talking
got what
like
you gotta do.
exactly. You're talking like if you put Warner on like Tyreek Hill and he's running up the seam, that's like that's bad defensive design right there.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
that shouldn't. And if that happens, the offense is supposed to take advantage of that. But Bob, we got to roll. And as you know, Tuesday things get underway. I'll be looking for you because I know there's gonna be things to talk about on that day.
Oh, I can't wait! I'm so fired up. I'm so fired up. I want to see.
We may be from Tuesday on. We may be doing this the rest of the week. Actually, I think.
No, we might have to daily updates. Is Brun still gonna get over his knee stitis, whatever he's got, bursitis or arthritis? I don't know what he's got. Is he gonna get over that? I don't know.
Yeah,
that's something to look for.
And also the big dude in the middle. Will they have to stop Javon Kinlaw from trying to kill Grant Cohn in the middle of the field?
All right. Let me speak to that. Let me speak to that for a second. There's a movie called Waterboy. Okay. What Javon Kinlaw needs to do is that he needs to look at every offensive lineman he needs to face this year. Okay. And then add Grant Cohn to the list. He's going to quickly find out how unimportant Grant Cohn is. He's got to worry about the players in front of him. Now, if he wants to use Grant Cohn, he's got to use him like Adam Sandler used, the kicker used the imagery of the KKK as the kicker in The Waterboy.
He's got to grow up and go play football.
He's a bunch of Grant Cohns.
we got to go, fam. I'll see you Tuesday.
All right, Ronbo. Hey, listen, everybody. I know you guys are in the chat. You're talking your smack right now. God bless you. But damn it, subscribe.
Thanks.
Hit that like button.
Thanks, Bob.
Stop playing. Let's go, Ronbo. Let's go.
Looking forward. Yes. Night, Bob. There he goes. Donut and tea. Rams front office spends money, but only Rudy can show up with liquor store cigars to celebrate with. Kind of reminds me of that whack parade, Frugal. Rudy guys got a lot to. Rudy says that their attendance trumps ours by thousands. That parade was real, and as if most of us don't know, a computer generated scene with all that uniform blue walking down the street. Come on now, Rudy. Come on in. Thanks, Donut and T, for that contribution. Appreciate y'all.
Ronbo.
Yes.
What's good with you, Ronbo?
He was sitting back here, man. We're waiting for the season to get started Tuesday, you know what I'm saying? It's time.
I'm waiting. I'm ready.
Oh, I know, man. We got, I just hope from jump, I just want to go 6-0. Hey, if we go 6-0, man, I'm going to be, you know how in the summertime, if you ever been out to them farms that a hog is walking around, they got that big pool of mud for him, and he lays down and just starts rolling around. You're looking at him like, damn, dude, is that comfortable? But you realize how hot it is. You want to jump in there with him. He's got a point. So, that's what I'm waiting on. God, let's get this going. But one of the best. We got one of the best. They voted by Sharp. I forget their full name, but that group. They voted the 49ers second best offensive. Pass catchers in the league. And then we got that slot position. You know what? What I'm worried about the most. See, we take that. I think we took K1 a little bit for granted. We didn't know how good he was because we never saw anything happening out of the slot. We should have gave him more love. And now he's gone. We may find out what's going to happen in that slot. Things aren't going to make us laugh. But what are you thinking?
That's why they call K1 that shark. I think he did real.
Amen. Yeah.
Two things with that corner, that nickel position. I don't want Thomas to play it. I kind of want Verrett or Ward to play it, but I need to see him more than I can just guess and see if Mike can play it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I know. Because if you don't have to, if they could do it, okay. But if they can't, let's not just hope every game that they can take care of that. That's scary.
Just make sure they're happy with it and just see who plays better. Because what's the two rookies? They supposed to play good. Castro Fields and Womack supposed to play the nickel position.
I keep forgetting about Castro Fields, and nobody talks about him. He is.
What about?
He is good.
What about Darqueze Dennard? I think, did we pick him up or something this year?
He's the one that's being. Most people believe that are looking at that situation think that he's the guy who's going to win out that position. He was a first-round pick. I didn't even realize that.
And we still got the older dude who been here for a while.
Jason Verrett.
That too, but the 27.
Oh, are you talking about Dante?
Dante Johnson.
Yeah, you know, and he did a fair job last year. Yeah, I agree.
There's a lot of things.
I think he's improved.
We got to play with him. We got to play with him. I missed you a couple of days, Ronbo, because I was so mad one day. I wanted to get on here because I'll be watching it, but sometimes I can't call. And I was like, I'm going to call him and scream and act up and act like it's about that time. I'm going to show him that you're either going to be a fan or a foe. Because I'm tired of people talking like they foes. Part of the team, cracking on the team, or trying to take down the team or to pick up the team.
Have you ever? What I'd like to know, do you ever watch other teams talk? I never get to hear. I'm going to do that. I wonder. You know how people call us, and I get all offended too. You're 40 whiners, man. You guys. I say, wait a minute. Wait. Whoa. You know what? I don't know if that's warranted. I don't whine. You know, you guys. we're very passionate.
They can say whatever to get under the seat. Well, I've been noticing that, but I'm understanding why are they over here? Like, I don't go to the Rams channel and go look at their chat. I don't go to the Lions channel and look at their chats. I don't care what they talking about.
Because
I said, like, just see me on the field. If you got so much to say, see me on the field.
You know?
Other than that, stop talking.
People like to, it's all about the superiority thing, right? They know that their clubs have not achieved, and all, they can say all they want to. Man, y'all still talking about them old ass trophies. Ain't nobody worried about them trophies, man. You guys suck. Okay, here's the thing. Maybe we're having troubles, but what is your team doing? You know, about last I checked, the 49ers are not, last 4 years, we were right in the mix, you know, until something bad happened to us. Also, we were right in the mix. So everybody cannot say that, Dallas Cowboys? I rarely hear from the Dallas Cowboys these days because they know.
Man, I got Giants fans who think they good. So it's like, I ain't talking.
Oh, my God.
I ain't got to argue with you, B. Like I said, see me on the field. Like, I ain't got time to talk back and forth about, man, listen, we'll see you on the field, and then you talk, put your money where your mouth at.
Giants
That's
fans?
how we do it in Jersey.
What could they possibly be saying? A Giant fan?
Man, listen, they saying, like, oh, about time y'all start winning. When do y'all start winning? Like, come on, man.
Oh, my God. I can't imagine the Giants fans. If I'm a Giants fan, who else? Jacksonville Jaguars, the Jets, most of New York except for Buffalo. You know, I wouldn't have anything to say. Detroit.
Now, I think they love you. I think they come over here just to hear your voice. It's gotta be you.
Plus, our fans they like that attention. When they come in, our guys converge on them like piranha. And some of these guys like that. Ready to go out of L.A., and Rudy comes in stirring the pot. You know, they like that attack. I think they really enjoy that. They're sadistic.
I want to ask one question to the chat while we're on the phone. While we got a little couple of seconds. I want to know if anybody in the chat room or on, in this podcast has been into a 49er locker room. I need a yes or no from the chat. Have you been in a 49er locker room? Because the guy said, "Oh, the locker room gonna be in turmoil if Jimmy come back." How do you know this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you ever been, like, I've been on football teams before. Have you been on a football team before, Ronbo?
Yeah, and I don't. Dion said that, but I think he has a real thing against Jimmy, so he projected his own feeling. But all those guys know each other. Jimmy's not new, so I don't know why.
That's why team is a team.
I don't think they'd have a problem with it. Brian, to answer your question, Brian, no, I don't. Jimmy in the locker room. I don't know exactly what they'd be talking about. And also, Jimmy's not the kind of guy that's going to come in. Jimmy's a very genuinely nice guy. If Jimmy came into the locker room, all right, guys, listen, it's Trey's team. I'm not here. Listen, I'm here to support him as much as you are. As you know, I'm trying to make my exit, but let's all get behind him on this. He is that kind of guy. I believe that.
I think he is too. He don't seem like that type of person who's gonna act like that a-hole. So
that's not
and
in
he
him.
gives us the best chance to win. Like we're not putting. I don't want to put no hope in our 7th round draft pick. I'm sorry, or this other rookie. I mean, the other not rookie, but the other. I forgot the 2 guys' name. I don't know.
Trey?
Backup quarterback.
Yeah, Sudfeld.
I don't want them on the field.
Yeah.
Ronbo?
Okay, good. Well, sometimes when we go overtime, I get really a lot of trouble from production. So let me see you Tuesday, okay?
Yes.
But you got good points. I love it. All right.
I'm gonna call you back, Ronbo. We can talk about it. I stayed up just for you tonight, just to get on them, because I said I've been trying to wait for a couple of days.
Appreciate that,
We're
too,
gonna
fam.
be back at it. Don't even worry about it. I'm with you. 1,000.
And I agree. And thank you so much. I love that. All right, fam. I'll see you Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Jamal.
Hey, Robert, how you doing tonight?
Jamal, Jamal, you sound like, are you okay? You sound a little different. You okay?
No, I'm blessed and highly favored, man. I'm doing just fine.
I'm glad to hear it. Well, we're sitting here checking out. We have just been declared, and this never happens to us, that we've got the second best receiving group in the league behind only the Cleveland Browns. And also, we got the Nickelback situation coming up. Now, as I said, we've been good at that because we've had one of the league's best in K'Wan Williams. The shark was in the water. People did not jump in. So, now we're going to find out how much we miss the shark if things don't go right.
I'm still thinking, Ronbo, as long as we got our front four, our linebackers put pressure on the QB. I'm still thinking, as long as we got those guys, I mean, I'm really looking to see, we can't wait for Tuesday to get started, just to see what Drake Jackson's all about. And if he pans out, what you're going to do with him, and then Mr. Bosa, finally, well, what you going to do with 2 tight ends? I mean, 2 defensive ends are getting at it. So we need is...
Kasurik loves him. He said, Drake Jackson, he checks all the boxes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, sir. So I can't wait. I think our Nickelback situation is going to be just fine. And I forget our defensive coordinator, what's his name again? I forget his name.
Wait. Defensive coordinator, D'Amico Ryans? 49ers, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
D'Amico.
So we'll see what. Yeah, D'Amico. That's it, D'Amico Ryans. So, hey, man, we're going to be just fine, Ronbo. Hey, let's already get it going. Let's go.
You're right. That defense, nothing but we got studs in every room on that defense. Polished studs have been around for a while, right? So that's why the only thing is a lot of us don't realize how much work the Shark was doing out there when healthy. And he had a lot of problems the last couple of years staying healthy, and I have a feeling he wasn't healthy in that game against the Rams. Cooper Kupp has never in years had a day like that against K'Wan Williams, but he did for this game.
Nope.
So,
right.
That's a little concerned. So we'll see. We got 3 candidates. Darqueze Dennard seems like he's the guy that's a front runner. Deommodore Lenoir, I don't know how many strides he's made since last year, but he wasn't really ready for prime time last year. And you got Womack. He's a kid that's coming in. This got drafted this year. We're going to find out, though. They're coming into camp next week. And, with our receivers, hey, Jamel, I would to be a defensive back trying to make a team right now with the 49ers. And I got to deal with the receivers they got. Oh, no.
I know. That's a problem, Ronbo. That's going to be a problem for the offense, period. First of all, you're talking about Kyle Shanahan, the architect. Now he's got his receivers. He's got his running backs. We got, I believe our offensive line is going to hold up. Now we got a more polished, a more skillful quarterback in Trey Lance. I say, hey, everybody, y'all give him some day. He's going to be ready. Trey's going to be ready. I think he is. I believe those games we saw him, those 2 games, oh, man. Now he got 17 weeks. Oh, yes.
And remember,
yes.
he had a finger injury. So, you know,
right.
You got to account for that. And, yeah. And he's, you know, it takes a while as for a quarterback to come in the league and just start dealing. That's a rarity. Usually, a quarterback's coming in for the first year and they get slapped around a little bit. Every quarterback that got drafted in the first round last year got slapped around, except for one.
Yes,
Hey, Jamel, you know, here's the funny thing about that, though. And I don't want people to know I'm not a Mac Jones fan, but because I don't watch college football enough to be able to have an opinion about him. But everybody talked about Mac Jones. Like, Mac Jones was the worst quarterback in football, college football history. Don't bring him to the 49ers, please. And so we watched the season unveil, and I might have guessed it was going to happen. Mac Jones sort of stands out as the best quarterback in that class.
Right.
You know,
He
I
did.
had to laugh, though.
He did. Right.
You know, somebody, you know, that's neither here nor there. We're going to find out. It's a second year. Let's see what they look like now. And Trey's got a great coach, so we should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
As far as, you know, setting him up, putting him in a position to win. So, and he didn't really know what to do with him against the Cardinals last year. Kyle even admitted, I don't really know how to coach him. Hey, Jamel, you know what really killed me about that, though? Kyle said, I really didn't know how to call plays for him. Kyle, what was that story that came out that you were drawing up plays and everything for Trey as you guys were flying back to San Francisco or something? How come you didn't use some of those? So, I don't know.
I think he playing those little, yeah. He playing a little games again. He's keeping everything close to the chest, really. We'll see when the season starts.
And it's starting now too.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, Jamel.
That's right.
Jamel, I'm tell you what, we're gonna go. I mean, Tuesday though. I can't wait to get back to see what develops in camp. You know, there's gonna be some fun stuff. We'll find out.
Yeah. And I will see you Tuesday. And I'm going to text you a picture. I want to text you a picture of JJ. He's
big now.
He'll be a freshman. Oh my goodness! You don't think you're like a grown man? Like, whoa, yeah, that's my boy.
Let me see that. Can't wait. All right.
Yes, sir. All right, man.
Appreciate you, fam.
All right, see you later.
All right.
Yep. Bye-bye.
And NG49, of whom I've not seen in a long time. Niners all the way. Don't F with us on Conquest the 6. Yes. And hey, Marion. Well, all these names coming back. I love it. Season's getting started. Yes.
So what's up, man?
Hey,
what's
Marion.
going on, man?
Man, we're getting ready for the season, man. You know, but I'm if anything, I'm concerned with is the slot. Marion, I believe our slot was very instrumental, especially when you had a guy like K1 out there, where they just let K1 loose. I heard D'Amico said K1 has been out there pretty much making his own decision on his own because he's got that kind of foresight as a football player. Marion, we don't have nobody with that kind of resume. Well, Darqueze, I mean, maybe Darqueze, I'll give him a chance. He's been in the league for a little bit, but, you know, we got him, Deommodore, and Womack. Those are the three candidates. And the guy Castro something, I keep forgetting about him. I've heard a lot of good things about him. But who's going to win that slot spot? And don't forget to think about, you got the best wide receiving group, number 2 in the league, and they said if George Kittle can stay on the field all year, they may be the best. Oh! So, what are you thinking, Mary?
You got to pass the ball in order to do that. Now, let's be real. But
Yeah.
First and foremost, I want to say I haven't talked to you in months. I want to say what's going on, Ronbo. You know,
Hey,
I kind of cut my brain off during the off season.
don't
The
blame you.
second thing is, the second thing is, and I'm not being nitpicky, but callers, please cut the TV or background down when you're on the phone with a live call.
Jamel's in a facility where I think he couldn't get away with that, though. So, yeah, but you're
Yeah,
right.
I mean
Everybody else.
that's fine,
Yeah.
but just kind of cut down. Man, I don't know who's gonna be the slot, bro. I'll be honest with you, I don't even care who's gonna be the slot receiver. I mean, the slot cornerback. But I don't even care. I mean, I saw a post the other day where the 49ers, it was Jason Verrett. I'm trying to think of these names in my head. Verrett, D. Ford, Jason School, and two other guys who was off injury reserve. They was bringing them off injury reserve. I just want to know why we still holding on to D4 and why we haven't just made that cut and just took the cap hit. But whatever.
Somebody explain that. I don't understand. There's some legalese involving money. I need to go over and find out. I'm gonna go Google that up because I don't understand. We've been carrying him
I don't get
on
that.
the bench.
I don't get it.
At home watching games, getting paid mad money. How come?
Yeah, man. I mean, my thing is, why are we holding on to these non-achievements? You know, and Verrett too. The Verrett is a hell of a corner when healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're hurt, you can't do nothing for us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Getting hurt the first second game of the season. So, you know, again, you know, we really have to lean on heavy on the rookies. I think we got Ward that came in. You know, I think we'll be fine at secondary. I mean, we got a lot of guys. You were saying about the receiving corps, maybe voted second in the league.
Second to the Cleveland, almost called the Browns, Indians. Yeah, the Cincinnati team is what I mean. The Cincinnati Bengals were number one. Their receiving room, T. Higgins.
Yeah, but
Chase.
they pass the ball.
Yeah,
they pass the ball though. I mean, we don't have a passing. Mike Shanahan, the Shanahan family have never had a prolific passing game.
You know,
maybe John Elway, but you know, after that, they haven't really had a prolific passing game. And we're going to see. You're going to find out. I'm going to find out. Everybody in this chat, we're going to find out if Kyle Shanahan can really coach when it comes to developing quarterbacks. See, that's the thing. That's what I'm interested in seeing this year with Trey Lance. Can he develop Trey Lance into that passing threat to match this number 2 ranking that we were magically
with the receivers?
Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
With the receivers. That would come down to, because somebody said to me, and I'm just going to say, he's my homeboy, buddy. Lorenzo.
Yeah.
I made a comment. I was talking. He said, Kyle Shanahan not responsible for the quarterback coach. I said, that's a damn lie. He's responsible for everybody.
Yeah.
He's responsible for everybody. So we're really going to see how great Kyle Shanahan really is. And if you don't develop Trey Lance, you know what's going to happen after that. So, I mean,
he's a play caller. Of course he has something to do with the quarterback. I don't know why anybody would think otherwise.
He has to develop him, you know what I'm saying? Because you and I both know, we go down, if you look at Mike Shanahan quarterback, we talking about after John Elway. He didn't develop no quarterbacks after John Elway retired, and Mike Shanahan has always Kyle Shanahan has always inherited a quarterback, you know, with Matt Ryan and all these different quarterbacks, you know, Matt Schaub and different places like that. Wherever he went at, he always came and he was just an offensive coordinator. So he didn't have that responsibility. But this year, he really has to step up. And he can't, my thing is, he can't get mad at somebody and put him in the doghouse. That don't develop players.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Kyle does do that, doesn't he?
So,
what make him mad?
Yeah,
you
can't
sit
do
down.
that.
Yeah.
Can't do that. But anyway, we got more to talk about. We still got time to go. I'll probably hit you on, probably August 29th, some shit like that.
Because we have great expectations at this time of year, like we do every year. You know what, Marion? I've gotten to the point now that after the last 4 years, I'm tempering my expectations so I don't get my feelings hurt, because I get tired of getting my feelings hurt. Like 2020 was the worst year for me ever. I just knew we had it made. We just came out of the Super Bowl. We narrowly missed it. We had a team that was inexperienced in the playoffs. Okay, you guys got experience now. Now you know what to do. You don't need to ask Richard Sherman any questions or anything else. You know. Now go get it done. And everybody goes down to injury. And when COVID wasn't taking people down, they were getting hurt. I said, this don't make no sense. Why? Oh, man.
I mean, and I just found that real quick. My honest opinion, and when I went through the schedule, if Trey Lance is going to start, I say we'll go at least 9-8. You know what I'm saying? 9-8 or maybe 8-9. That's just being realistic because we have to understand Trey Lance hasn't played in 2 seasons. He hasn't played a full season since 2019. So people gonna be throwing things at him. So I'm being realistic about it. I hope we do great, but I'm being realistic that we should be 9-8, 8-9. And again, for Kyle Shanahan, this is a gimme year. So regardless of what record we are, he'll be the coach in 2023. It's beyond that where we're gonna really see how long he's gonna be around. I'll leave you with that.
And man, you left me with a painful thought that we're not going to the playoffs next year. But you know what?
No, I know. I didn't say that.
9-8. We can 9-8 ain't go good.
You can still speak it back.
You think we get in 9-8? I hope so.
It's possible. It's possible. You know what I'm saying? Look, like you say, we just have to just let things develop, and we'll see how things go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, now look, quarterback, if he come in throwing, we'd be great. But like I said, we'll talk about that at a different time. We'll talk about that.
Develop. All right, man. Looking for you Tuesday. All right, fam.
All right, man. Yep.
Great to hear from you again. Night. And here he comes, straight out of Texas. It's Austin. Hey, Austin.
What's happening, Ronbo?
I was just looking at the team, like everybody does this time of year, looking at some of the things that expectations and things like that. We have got a situation going on now that you know what, Austin, slot corners are the sharpest guys on the field. Why? Because they have to anticipate plays. They've got to know where to position themselves. They've got to feel that offense that's coming at them. They are really the most brilliant guys on the field on defense. They don't get enough love for it, and they're underpaid. If you got a good one like we had, we're going to notice a difference this year, and I'm worried about what that's going to be like. But, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Ronbo, I mean, that secondary makes that defensive front look good, and many people don't realize that. Yeah. That if the corners and stuff and nickels hold up like they should, that defensive line can get home like the 49ers like to do.
And if that defensive front's doing their job, it's a thing. They both work hand in hand. But and I've always said, if you don't have a pass rush, you can put anybody in that secondary you want to. They're going to get beat up. That quarterback's got too much free reign back there. And, as a defensive back, you can't move fast enough. You can only cover so much ground. And as soon as that receiver gets loose, you're dead meat.
Well, I think that, as much as you may not like this, Ronbo, that's why the Rams are so good on defense, because they've got the best of both worlds. They got Jalen in the back and then Aaron Donald up on the D-line.
I know. It does bother me.
I know, Ronbo.
I know.
I know that's it's pulling on your heartstring, but it's the truth. We all have to face it.
You know what, though? The Rams are we still pretty much have papers on the Rams. The Rams got away, finally, at the best time they could get away. But I still think the 49ers can deal with the Rams. You know what, though? As a matter of fact, speaking of defensive fronts, who you guys got in your secondary? Remember the year before last, Austin, when everybody says, one thing the Cowboys can't do is stop the pass game. And then you guys got a little better in the secondary last year. What does it look like in Dallas right now?
Well, Ronbo, I think when we brought in Dan Quinn, that shifted our defense completely. Because the year in 2020, we couldn't stop anything. We couldn't stop the pass. We couldn't stop the run, especially. We'd be giving up so many dang gaps, you could drive a bus through
it. It was kind of funny. And the offense was pretty much doing their thing. You guys were scoring points, but you'd lose the game 55 to 54, and I say, you got to play a little defense. And so, yeah, that did improve you guys last year. Look what it did. Yeah, got you to the playoffs. So,
I mean, and here's the thing too, Ronbo. I think a lot of people give Dan Quinn a bad rap because of what he was in Atlanta. But when he was on the defensive coordinator like he was in Seattle, look at what that defense was and what he brings.
I know.
And
right?
I'm hoping he brings more of that. Like last year, I hope was just a taste. I hope we can take an even bigger step this year than we did last year.
Yeah, but Dan Quinn, when you look at the talent, man, that Legion of Boom, that front line, the secondary, it was just, I hated them so bad. Even when they weren't playing the 49ers, I'd watch them every Sunday and watch them just dismantle an offense and embarrass them. I said, I really don't want to play the Seahawks. And we got them in 2 weeks. I always go through this anxiety because they got tired of them beating us up. Man, oh, my God. But you know what? Those days are about to come full circle. Austin, being in Dallas, you guys don't have a thorn in your side. I mean, in your division. The Giants, you can beat them when you want to. Washington, that once upon a time they gave you trouble. The Eagles are in and out. Nobody knows what they're going to do from one year to the other. So, you don't have a real...
Bravo, I'll tell you who our thorn is, not to cut you off. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
The thorn in our side is dang Aaron Rodgers. We can't beat him to save our lives.
Which is funny because we lose to Aaron Rodgers sometimes. That is interesting. It's matchups, certain teams are going to beat certain teams no matter what. It's just one of those disgusting phenomenons.
I don't understand it either, Ronbo. I mean, but I know you're a busy man, Ronbo, so I just want to say this. I'm looking forward to training camp on both sides of the spectrum from the 49ers and my Cowboys. Hopefully we have a great and healthy training camp, and hopefully the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl.
Hey, I tell you what, Austin, as much as I hate to admit it, the league, NFL does better when there's about 4 teams involved. And one of them is the Cowboys. One of them is definitely the 49ers, the Steelers, and the Patriots. If those 4 teams are in the mix every year, now to some degree Kansas City as things are starting to shift, but you need to have 4 or 5 teams in the mix every year for the league to really be at its best, which why I don't understand the league doesn't cheat for the 49ers any more than they do. So, But anyway.
I don't know. Don't know either, Ronbo, but...
Anyway, Austin, great talking to you.
Great as always talk to you, Ronbo. Have a blessed night, and I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday as training camp opens.
Yes, indeed. All right. Have a great night, Austin.
You too. Go Thanks. Cowboys.
Hey, and there's Tony. And Tony, come on in. Atlanta, Tony.
Ronbo, what's up?
Tony, man, we're sitting like everybody else, just talking. People are coming in now that have been taking a break off. So, Tony, it's funny. Do you feel like your mind needs a rest from football during the off season? I get more pumped up. This is why I can conduct this program all off season long. I can't stop talking about football. This goes all the way back to high school with me, though. I never could get enough of football. Even when the season was over, I ran track and field, but that was just to keep in shape for football. So.
Football.
Tony, I missed that. Say it again.
It's like I said, I'm like football year round, Ronbo. I get ready for the draft, and on and on and on.
The only thing, I don't know if Tony. The only thing I don't watch anymore is the Pro Bowl game. That's become
I don't need
flag football. I don't know why they don't go ahead and change it to flag football. They're not going to hit each other.
Yeah, it's become a sideshow, a circus act.
Maybe you should just stop playing that game. Say who the Pro Bowlers are. And let that be enough. Don't waste people's time. You don't even go to Hawaii anymore, and that was part of the fun of it. So stop.
Yeah, because the players just their wives and their families over there. It was like a reward for a job well done being named to the Pro Bowl. And the commissioner, all that money they making, when we got to save on the budget, you guys are going through the roof with money, and you can't go to the Pro Bowl? Come on, man.
I know, that's just, it's unnecessary. Nobody ever gets hurt in the Pro Bowl, fortunately, because if anybody ever gets hurt in the Pro Bowl, that's it. That's going to be it for the Pro Bowl. They'll shut that down. It's uncalled for.
Well, one year, I can't remember the year, 2016, 2017, Kyle Rudolph, the Minnesota tight end, got hurt in the Pro Bowl. And he ain't been back. He ain't been a Pro Bowler since. And I remember one year, what was that guy? It was another tight end, played baseball and played football for the Bengals. He's playing baseball, came out of Notre Dame. I can't think of his name. He's retired now. He got hurt in the Pro Bowl. He ain't been the same. Tore up his knee in the Pro Bowl.
Man. You know what, though? Once upon a time, they were actually playing. You got to go all the way back to 2000 or 90s or something like that. They were actually playing. They were serious. Was that Jerry Rice and who was that? They were picking teams. They're still doing that, though, aren't they? Their generation, their particular period in time is when the game became really just an exhibition. But years ago, they took that Pro Bowl serious.
Fourth quarter came, they started playing harder, Ronbo, because of the prize money. They really turned it on.
Yes, that was serious. Defense, they were charging. That was funny.
But Ronbo, there was a published report that came out this morning. It was clickbait. I was on the AFN network, Atlanta Falcons network, about Jimmy Garoppolo. The Falcons talking to
still coming to Atlanta.
For a second, a fifth round pick. I'm like, that's not true. That's clickbait. It was somebody from Oakland that sent it on YouTube. But
that tells you all you need to know right there.
Oakland. I said, it's not credible. I said, it's clickbait.
The thing is, people think, oh, Jimmy Garoppolo, he sucks so bad nobody wants him. You know what? I'm not, if I'm a GM, and better yet, if I'm an owner, and my GM, if he doesn't talk to me first, at this point in the season, if you're giving up any capital, if you think I'm going to pay $26 million for a guy that's got to come in, get acquainted with who we are and what we do, and he ain't going to be able to even think about playing until midseason, I will fire your ass. I'll let him know right now. I don't, if he's still available next spring, maybe we can talk about it. But right now, no way.
And see, that's why it didn't make sense for us. We just traded Matt Ryan and his $41 million. He got that off the books. Why would we put another 26 on the books? It doesn't make sense.
I mean, teams are trying to save money now to begin with. That's why Baker Mayfield's over in Carolinas, and he said, "Look, you guys got to help us pick up this tag, though." And he's on a was 18? Was he 18 mil? Oh, come on, man! I'm gonna pay Jimmy 26.
But Rambo, I do believe there's two teams that could be interested in Jimmy's services. This is just me talking. I hadn't heard this. I think the Miami Dolphins or the New York Giants.
Listen,
good fit for Jimmy.
And you're absolutely right. Listen, here's the thing. I agree, because if Jimmy gets released, and which I think he's trying to work toward, he gets on a plane that night on his way to Miami, guaranteed.
They got a good young offensive line, some good skill players. Because you and I talked about this last week. Combo Tua is not gonna work there. Even with
Mike McDaniel likes Jimmy. He said really a lot of good things about him in the past, and I know he likes Jimmy. So that's where he'd be.
Yep.
And Jimmy loved it in Miami, too.
No Rams people in it. I'm very happy. It's nice marketing pros in it, but he's harmless.
I kind of, marketing pro amuses me. I have no problem with him. Ready to go is irritating, but marketing pro doesn't really bother me.
Rudy was funny the other night, Ronbo.
Rudy's always.
He's programmed, brainwashed. Well, no matter what y'all say, world champs. We world champs.
Yeah, no,
right. Champs.
That's his whole card now. He's got his ace. Anytime he says something, because we used to whoop Rudy like a stepchild every time he came in here. And now, no matter what you say, well, we're world champions. Okay, bring the season on.
Rudy. I said, in the last chat you had, I said, Rudy, tell your team to keep partying. Y'all deserve it. You know, I'm using reverse psychology. Y'all deserve it. Don't have speed in training camp. Y'all got this. You know, I'm setting them up for failure, right?
I know. That's that Muhammad Ali trick too. Boy, you let him know that there are some concerns, you know, and then when you get him in there, you beat him to death.
Exactly.
Because, you know, temperament has a lot to do with playing football. You don't need to come in feeling any kind of relaxed. You need to feel that you got that feeling on the edge has to stay with you. It'll make you perform better. You come in there relaxed and chilling, you get your butt handed to you.
you got a job there, you know, rookies as well as veterans, you know, because just like I'm interested in our offensive line battle. We drafted Justin Schaefer in the 6th round out of Georgia on the national championship team. Left guard, pure left guard. That is our Achilles heel. So he's going to battle Jalen Mayfield for that left guard position. I want to see how that goes.
Yeah, that's good. But you know what? Marcus Mariota, I can't wait to see what your offense looks like with him. So we'll find out about that. We're going to run out of time now. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said, we got some good skill players. We're not going to be as bad as everybody says we are. That's why I can't wait.
There you go. That's the attitude you need to keep. Don't let nobody back you down. Tell me we're going to go, though. Let me see you Tuesday, okay?
All right, and good talking to you, Ronbo. And if Texas win the champ, let me holler at him. I see somebody said Texas.
Don't let him get away, for sure. All right.
Exactly. Yep, good talking to you, Ronbo. I'll see you Tuesday
Always a
night.
pleasure. Night, Tony.
Always a pleasure, sir. Thank you.
You too. Hey, yo, Emilio, Sunday Emilio. Should be quiet. Go ahead. Oh, some differences. Tell Marketing Pro to leave the skid marks at the door. Emilio.
Yo, what's happening?
You know, man, we're sitting up here looking at the 49ers for the first time, got some respect from the media. It was hard to believe they declared the 49ers receivers as the second best going into the season in the NFL. I said, what? No, they didn't. Nobody ever does that. And, you know, you and I both know we expect no respect. Every year I expect no respect, and normally we get it.
I don't. You know what? I don't even listen to the media when they say good things about us anyways. They don't like the 49ers.
I know. So that's why I was shocked when I read that. I said, you know what? Let me ask the fam that. Are we the second best, or did they underrate us even still? Or we're not even that good? What do you think about that, Emilio? And also, that slot corner spot, are you concerned?
Well, you look at the receivers, really. I'm trying to figure out how it's supposed to be our best receiver when everybody kept saying last year, Ayuka's in the doghouse. All of a sudden, he's good. Like, Where is that coming from? Like I said, we know he's good. You know, you've seen him play. Then you look at okay, you know, everybody was coming out with that whole Madden thing, talking about, Debo's Madden rate ain't that high because his receiving yards. So I'm like, where are you getting this information? All of a sudden, we're good. I'm like, that's why it's just BS coming from me. I don't listen to it. I'm like, I don't need people telling me. I hear a couple of fans, we need more respect. I'm like, who gives a damn if we get the respect now? Play on the field and show them. I'm like, who cares? I don't.
It's so nasty that you have to react every now and then. Like, the thing is, I was so delighted back in the day when the Raiders was whooping everybody's ass, and here they come. They come and find me, even if I was minding my own business. I wouldn't even bother y'all. What? Yeah, because your team sucks. I mean, I got to go, man. Y'all get, But now, I don't have to hear from them people. I'm loving it.
I get it. I'm one of my coaches. I get into it every day. Tell me, I don't see what you see in Trey Lance. Give me this. I said, dude, he's a Raider fan. I said, dude, I don't see what you see in Corp. I said, Corp's been on that team. I said, you know what? I said, I said, Alex Smith has done better than Carr. Kaepernick's done better than Carr. I said, Jimmy's done better than Carr. I said, at least all these three quarterbacks been to the Super Bowl. What's Carr done? Every time he gets to the playoffs, what does Carr do? Losing the first round. So I'm like, you know what? I said, Trey Lance to do the same thing. He's going to go to the playoffs and win. I said, you guys with Corp, you got too much faith in that man.
And what's his name who just left?
We got Devontae Adams.
What's the coach who just left? Got fired for saying the wrong things?
John Gruden.
Yeah, Gruden was. I wonder how true it was or not. Was Gruden trying to get rid of Carr? I bet he was.
Yeah, he was. He was trying to get rid of him.
but he couldn't because they were paying him too much money. That was the problem.
But anyway,
that was fun. He had too much money. So,
you know,
like I said,
he's got his old buddy back. He's got Devontae. I didn't even know they had played before.
You know what? I would actually pick Dak over Corp any day. Honestly, if I had to pick quarterback between those two, I'd pick Dak over Corp. You know, Dak is won the playoff game.
That's true, huh?
But yeah.
Well, we can't lose to them, Emilio.
Yeah.
When we play the Raiders this year, you know, Oakland is still going to be Oakland because they ain't got nobody. Yeah, y'all lost to the Raiders. What are you talking about? They moved out of Oakland last year.
They're not even from nowhere, to be honest. They tell me they're from LA. Then they go back to Oakland. Now they're in Vegas. They ain't from nowhere. They're just a garbage team. Yeah.
Oakland will still claim them as theirs. They started in Oakland. Okay, well, you know what? They left too. So, you know.
Actually, no, they didn't start in Oakland. I forgot where they started from.
Didn't they start
moved to Oakland. No, they because their colors. You know what their original colors were?
There wasn't silver and black?
No, it wasn't. That wasn't the original color.
I gotta Google this now. Where'd the Raiders come? I could have sworn that was Al Davis.
I forgot, but the original colors were black and gold.
Really?
Al Davis changed it.
I gotta go back and check that out.
The original colors were black and gold.
Because the Raiders.
And that's when they were with the what was it, the AFL, whatever they were.
But they've always
and then
been
they
AFL.
changed it when they came to NFC because they had the Saints. Because the Saints, they had the Saints, so they had to change it.
Milo, running history down on us, man. Because the Raiders.
Yeah, well, like I say, I
never paid them no mind until.
I know more Raider football than actual Raider fans, which is crazy. And then because I have a lot of Raider fans in my family, so it's crazy.
I'm glad you represent it too, Milo. You know why? Because that shows. Because I've been telling Raider fans they were ignorant for years. That shows that the average 49er fan, and even the above average 49er like yourself, y'all don't know nothing about no football. All you know is just win, baby.
Raider fan on here that do be coming on here. You ask them, what's your original color? They'll tell me black and silver. I said, no, it's not. I said, that's not your original color.
Brian Cole says black, gold, and white.
So.
Yeah. Anyway, black, gold, and white. All right.
No, that's not the original color. The original color is black and gold.
All right. Anyway, you look at that receiver room, though, and I expect things from this year because actually they're well polished now. There's no more rookieisms out there. I am concerned if they make Debo play without a contract, how he looks. But the rest of those guys on the field, Jennings.
Bro, I didn't tell you what I felt about Debo. I like Debo. It's just my thing is, if they pay him good, but to me, I just feel like they should wait another year, at least for me. Because let's say you have Trey, and I've said before, Trey's been practicing with Ayuk. And let's say Ayuk balls out, and supposedly Debo doesn't want to do what he was doing. So that, drops his catches and carries and all this other stuff. And then you would have Ayuk ball out. So then what do you do then? Are you going to pick Debo or are you going to pick Ayuk? So it's kind of, to me, I kind of want to wait it out 1 year. Which one does better? If the other one does better than the other, I say pay that guy. Because if you look at it, I still look at Debo had that injury, and he's only had one good season out of 3 he's been there. He started shining at that Super Bowl year, but then the second year he gets hurt. He has 1 year with a good last year. You don't know what you're going to get Debo this year, so it's a possibility Ayuk might ball out because it's his third year. Usually that happens with receivers and most players. So if it balls out, it's just what do you want to do then? You want to pay the guy that's been practicing with Trey, showing he wants to be on the team, wants to play with Trey, making sure that Trey's his quarterback, or you want the quarterback keeps complaining, I want Jimmy, I don't want Jimmy to go. I'm like, at this point,
wait,
time out.
Did you hear Debo say something like that? Or anybody say that?
Debo has said he in the beginning, I want Jimmy, I don't want Jimmy to go. He did say that.
Really?
He was saying that at first.
I was guessing because I'm not
I think it was reported.
Good.
I think that was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was reported that he was preferred Jimmy over Trey in the beginning. With this whole beginning with the whole Trey and Jimmy.
Well, Emilio, We got to wind it up because I got a few people, 100 people there. Seems like they want to say something. But listen, I'll tell you what. Be back Tuesday, and we go find out about practice, how they look at that first day. They may not even work out on Tuesday, from what I understand. So, but we're going to be the rest of the week. I think we're going to be watching these guys.
That's good. I'm ready. Like I said, every day y'all know I'll be on there because it's, basically football starts Tuesday, training camp, and then preseason. So I'm ready.
Can't wait.
I took my little break. Now I'm back. I was waiting for that.
There you go. And tell that little girl. Tell that little girl. I heard her back there complaining. Tell her the 49ers are gonna be okay. and teach her to hate Raider fans.
They all every Sunday they all wear that. All of them wear their 49er gear every Sunday, so they'll be all right.
All right, Emilio. I'll see you Tuesday.
All right, have a good night.
You too, fam.
All right.
And let's go check out. Hey, Levi. Mm-hmm.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
Hey, Levi. Man, we'll sit back here and wait for Tuesday. It is time to get things underway. Yes. The thing is, because we be so hungry for football, I don't even care if it's practice. Preseason game, bring it. Let's do it. So that we finally arrived. Levi, we got issues, though, with that cornerback situation. Now, and I'm a little concerned about the slot because that could make and break you. The defense can be doing everything right. And then, there goes Cooper Kupp. He's pretty much had a free reign today all through that. He's coming out of the slot. I don't want to hear it. I think, oh, my God, no. He had that, though, anyway, last year, even when the Shark was in the water, though. So we'll see what happens this year. And then, hey, we have been rated as a number 2 passing receiving group. When's the last time you seen that? I cannot remember. It probably goes all the way back to Taylor and Rice. God.
Well, so for one thing, Ronbo, I'm glad you corrected it at some point because I didn't know about it. And you said Cleveland. And when you said Cleveland, you automatically
I don't know what I was doing. I was
automatically
tripping.
Lost all credibility. I'm like,
I was in
ain't got no credible place. Cleveland is not no top.
I was in Ohio. Cleveland's in Ohio.
But you said Cleveland. Do you know what receivers in Cleveland? Amari Cooper.
I can't even think of them.
Yeah, and you said Cleveland. I'm like, what? Automatically, I was about to throw your source in the trash can. But then you said
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, I said,
Bengals.
Okay. When you said Cincinnati, I was like, okay, yeah, they got a good receiving core. That's how they made it to the Super Bowl.
In fact, who is in Cleveland? Just for the record, they got Amari and who else?
I don't know.
See,
they lost Landry, so it looked like that receiving core is there. They probably lucky to have a top 15 receiving core.
That's all right. They got Deshaun.
Especially when
when they get him out of jail.
Well, I mean, Deshaun, he put up good yards with who he had, so who knows?
Yeah.
But Deshaun Watson ain't proving that to me, so
you know
even
what?
if Cleveland got him, I know people, they like their elite wide receivers, but what have they done?
Okay, see, you and me think alike because I'm telling you right now, when I seen Deshaun have that 30-point lead against the Chiefs, I was cheering because, oh, God, yeah, beat that Chiefs ass. And then the Chiefs came back and snatched the victory right away from him. And then first thing people did is start defending Deshaun. I said, you know what? I don't know, man. That 30-point lead, that's Deshaun Watson. How do you do that?
Man, shoot. I bet Jimmy Garoppolo wish he had that.
Garoppolo gets 10-point leads, and 49er fans hate him in the fourth quarter. He lost that game. Oh, so
that felt like the Super Bowl that Jimmy really he really got all the hate because during that season, that same 2019 season, I don't remember nobody talking about the 49ers, even though they were doing great. They might get carrier mention. Nobody said anything about it until they got to the playoffs. Then they start talking about it. They had no choice.
Yeah, no. You got mad because Mostert had a career night and got mad at Jimmy. Why you didn't throw the ball? You should take the ball away from him and throw it. So I'm saying,
annoyed.
I don't understand.
I was annoyed by that. Oh,
what
man.
is a complaint?
Kyle Shanahan needs to throw the ball. Why? He won.
Why?
And plus, the Kansas City game was a little thing because outside of Deebo Samuel, our run game wasn't really working, man. I don't know if people remember that, but our yards looked good because we had some big plays thanks to, some of those trick plays. I don't know about you, Remo, but during the end of the game, I'm like, all right, Kyle, I need you to pull out one of those trick plays out of the butt. Don't you see Andy Reid? Andy Reid came to play. He was going for it on fourth down. He was playing to win. And then I'm like, Kyle, your plays kill him every time. The regular running ain't working.
He was conservative.
They was talking about you gotta say, you gotta keep to your holes and your little gaps.
Don't
and they were
change
doing
your
that.
Style.
That's how they
right. Be Kyle Shanahan.
Don't get fooled by all the emotions. You just focus on what your responsibility is, and they were doing it, and that's why our run game wasn't as explosive as it was before. And that's why Jimmy had to throw it a lot more.
That's when what's his name called it. What's that secondary player? That's when he called that out. He says, "Don't pay any attention. Just watch for the run. Pay attention to all the pre-snap movements and everything else."
Don't get fooled. Everybody else getting fooled. If we get fooled, we're gonna be done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the reasons why, because before now, I said a couple runs that, they ain't do anything.
We got set back on a couple of plays, too, when they should have been called and would have gave us first downs, and we had to give the ball up. That was by design. I still believe that they wanted the Chiefs to win that game. The league did. So, we're going to slide on some of these calls. They're holding Nick Bosa on every call. So, okay, you guys don't want to call that.
No,
I understand, but still. That choke hold down to the dirt, you could have called that one. And knocking Jimmy Garoppolo up into the seats on that one play, that wasn't a personal foul. Guys, really? That's 15 yards all day. And George Kittle, right?
I subscribe to that.
Oh,
well, I subscribe to your conspiracy theory that they wanted the Chiefs to win. Because think about it. What quarterback is more hype, Jimmy Garoppolo or Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes talking about he's the future and everything. You can't have him lose the Super Bowl against Jimmy Garoppolo.
In 50
His
years,
reputation wouldn't be able to hold it.
And there's a 50-year mark for the Kansas City Chiefs, right? This is the perfect time. You got Andy Reid, one of the most beloved figures in football, right? So, we got to make sure this happens. And they did.
Just like that daggone Baltimore game against the Ravens.
Yeah,
I felt bad. I felt dread the moment I heard him just randomly say, "I'm gonna retire." I'm like, "Oh my God, they're gonna give it to him."
Mm-hmm. I did.
Ray Lewis is gonna win it.
But you know what? If there's one thing I do enjoy, is Ray Lewis coming out of that tunnel. I don't appreciate him, but him coming out of that tunnel and doing that dance always gets me. I have to laugh. I said, Ray, did you invent that? You stole that from Michael Jackson, didn't you?
You know what? That Ravens. I think that loss against the Ravens was the one Super Bowl that hurt me more than anything.
It
I
did,
was sure. I actually lost some of my pride because I used to talk a lot more junk before that Super Bowl loss. Because back then I'm like, okay, who got multiple Super Bowls, more than 2, that's undefeated?
Yes, us. We could have kept that streak going. Damn it!
I said, "Dang, I wish we lost in the conference round. We want to win it."
Yeah, don't get all the way up there and lose it. And we did it twice. Recently and back then. 2. We're 4-2.
Dang, man, can we get over the hump? I guess it'll be a really magical day if we ever get over that hump. Hopefully, Trey Lance can, live up to everybody's high expectations.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of pressure on him. I'm worried about him. Just hopefully Kyle keeps his mind away from the noise because everybody thinks Trey's going to come in and just move mountains, and he's got to go through some things before he can become whoever he's going to be. Give him a chance to get that done first.
I don't know if Trey Lance stays away from social media.
No, he's in it.
Like he don't know nothing about it.
I've seen him every now and then. You'll see him every now and then posting. So he reads. He shouldn't.
So that kind of concerns me too.
He should take a page out of Jimmy's book.
If you don't go on social media and you struggle, you ain't gonna get all that thing because you ain't even have 49. You have other fans come here disguising themselves as 49 fans talking junk.
I know, right?
Look at you! You tracked all your fans said you were gonna be amazing. And look at you looking lackluster. They probably missing Jimmy Garoppolo. Mr. Track.
I thought about that. Some of those people might not be 49 fans because the hatred is a little weird. When you think about where we came from before Jimmy and where we've arrived, how are you going to hate him like that? I mean, I can understand you don't like him for whatever reason, but it shouldn't be that deep.
It's because of the media.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you paid attention, but the media after that bad year, everybody started talking about Jimmy and trading him. Oh, man, they looking to trade Jimmy.
Yeah.
He ain't got it. He can't win it because he couldn't make that pass or whatever.
Levi, you know
and
what?
Then, you know,
we got to go.
You hear people talking bad about you hear someone talking bad about your quarterback enough, eventually a lot of fans is not as informed, or maybe they're going to not like it.
Levi, we got to go, and hopefully we don't have to go to that next year because we'll have to win the Super Bowl. Got to find a way to do it. All right, fam.
Well,
I'll see you Tuesday, okay?
All right, I'll at least be listening.
All right, fam.
All right,
appreciate you. Night. There goes Levi, who corrected me. I did say Cleveland. I realized I caught myself that midway through the night. There's no Cleveland Browns with no number one wide receiver room. Tony!
Ronbo.
Tony,
what's happening, brother?
You know, I'm looking at. Hopefully, I won't be having to say in week 3 or 4. You know, guys, we are getting charred, crispy. They're coming to that slot. Remember the days when people knew better than to try to run any patterns through the slot, and now that's all they're doing. K'Waun Williams. We never appreciated him as much as he should have been appreciated. Last year, he lost a step. I think he might have been hurt, but before that. You know, we were tough. You want to run around through the slot? The shark awaits. Go ahead. Now we got this 3 guys we're looking at, or 4. Hope they can hold it down. And Tony, as I was telling Emilio, first of all, we're getting respect. Somebody thinks the wide receivers in the 49ers house are good. We're number 2. Okay. What are you thinking?
And Rudy's.
Yeah, Rudy, I wish you'd have some. Rudy, come in and let me hear what you got to say about that. I was mainly aiming at the Rams fans to let them know that they rank way below us. 9 points to be exact.
You know what, Ronbo? Rudy's in luck. I'm going to do a play call for him.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Please.
All right, it's 21-7, ladies and gentlemen, and the Raiders have fallen back into the slump against the 49ers again this year. There's 1 minute on the clock. And look out, what's going on here? Kyle's doing a gadget play. It's Poe. Poe's lined up at fullback. The ball snapped. Trey hands it off to Poe. Poe, he's into the end zone. Did you see that? He carried 4 defenders over like hand luggage. And it's game over for the Rams. That's the final nail in the coffin with 30 seconds to go. 28-7. What a dismal effort.
I love it. Like, it carried them in there like hand luggage and sort of pulled them off like they were just gnats. Get off me. That's fun. You know what, Tony, I'm serious though. I don't want him cut. Kyle, find another job for him. You know what? Exactly.
He's making a team. Don't worry about that.
You know, he could catch passes. A big man like that could run routes. If you get in the way, you'll bounce off him. Tony, you know what? Playing that position, you always like bump as much as you can because the refs don't see that. They'll bump. Just don't put your hands on him. You bump Poe like we like to do, coming off the line of scrimmage, you could get seriously hurt. I like that idea.
Ain't going to be bumping Poe. Poe's going to be bumping straight through him. I'll give him the ball 5 yards out, no problem at all.
and tell my offensive lineman to move out of the way. You guys are just in the way. 300 pounds.
But did you hear what Bosa said about? We'll keep it upbeat today, eh? Did you hear what Bosa said about Drake Jackson?
What did he say? I did not. I'm going to go back and look at it. Fill me in.
He was on an interview on the 49ers website with, I think it was Samson Ibukam and somebody else. There was 3 of them. And they asked him about Drake Jackson, and Bosa said he can do stuff that I couldn't do as a rookie.
Yeah, he said that before. He said a month or so ago.
And
Nick said he's doing stuff that he's working on now. That he already can do it. Yeah.
And he goes, he's just the way he bends around the corner and things like that. He's athletic, and if he keeps going like that and brings it on the field, he's going to be a beast.
Nick and Drake coming off opposite. You know, the best combo we've had would have to be with Harbaugh when we had the combination of Ahmad Brooks, and on the other side, the problem child. I lost his name all of a sudden. Him and oh no, I lost his name. I've been talking about him for a long time. What was the kid that couldn't stay out of trouble?
The one with the guns and all that.
Yeah. Smith. This is anyway, with Brooks and Smith, that was a good combination. What?
Justin Smith?
No, Justin was inside. That's why they call them the Smith brothers.
But they tried to poke him well about the paycheck. They said, "Oh, did you hear that? Debo's going to get paid. What about you?" You know? And cool as he could be, he just turned around and.
Your signal's breaking up there for a second. No, it's still a little inconsistent. I can hear you though. Go ahead. What was the last thing you said? Alden. Thank you, Power Fitness. Alden Smith.
Yeah, Alden. They tried to poke him about his thing. They said, "Oh, did you hear that Debo Samuel's getting paid?" And they try to poke the bear. And just as cool as he said, "I don't. I'm sure I'll get notified. I've got better things to do. Let's leave that up to my."
Good for Nick. Don't bite on that crap. Good.
He did it. He just stuck it right up. They were thought he was going to bite. I'm sure I'll get notified.
In Nick fashion too. That's what I like about Nick. Soft-spoken, quiet, and get him on the field. This absolute monster. Who'd know?
Man, he reminds me when he talks. He reminds me of because he's so softly spoken. He reminds me of Clint Eastwood. Waiting for him to pull out a 44.
And I love when he stops. I know, make my day. And I love when he stops and thinks. Nick does that all the time. They'll ask him a question in the media conference. They'll look around, then he'll finally answer, and then answer it typical Nick fashion. Nick's a stoner. Maybe not. Maybe it's natural, but Nick, I think he does a lot of herbal essence because he's way too down to earth.
The Dice Man.
He is cool.
But
yeah.
I think we'll be right.
Yeah, we're gonna because I figure they're gonna figure something out as that slot. I don't want people thinking they haven't got K'Wan Williams anymore. So listen, what we're gonna do is we're gonna want to run a lot of plays for that slot spot today. We're gonna put our best guys in there. Oh man, I just hope if they do that, we just got to react to it. So anyway, Tony, your signals looks like we're gonna lose that. Tony, we're going to go, though. We're out of time. Anyway, Tony, I get you back in the spot you always call me from. This one's pretty crashed up.
All right, brother. It's not my normal interview.
Yeah, I can tell.
All
right, Tony. Looking forward to Tuesday, though.
Next chapter, and cheers, everyone.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
There's Tony. I think Tony might be rolling down the road. All right, and there's Donut and Tanisha. Hey, Donut.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Don't ever roll it up on the season start, fam. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. You know, we got a few days. We got one more day, in fact, and shoot, that's it. It's on. But we do have a slot situation. I'm looking at, and the candidates that are getting ready to play and take over. Because, K'Wan Williams is not somebody that's going to be easy to substitute. I just know it. And by the way, I've been talking about it. You know about our wide receivers. They look like they may be the best in the league. Next to, of course, the Bengals.
Oh, yeah. It's about to go down this upcoming.
Doing it? Uh-oh, more connection issues. Donut? Donut. Donut. Donut needs to own one of them. Owns a donut shop anyway. Yeah. Donut, give me 3 of them old fashioned. Give me one with chocolate on it. And there he is, Trey from VA with the founding members of
Fine. And I do me fine.
No, you don't.
Brother
You don't
Ronbo.
mean it.
I really mean it. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to you.
Thanks.
Shout out to TNT. Shout out to production. How you doing tonight, Ronbo? Talk to me.
The season's getting ready to get started. I'm delighted, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I am worried. As I've been talking about, I am concerned about the slot because you don't actually replace a shark overnight, especially when you look at the candidates we got.
No, I hear that you're a little concerned, man. But
I'm very concerned. You can lose a game through that.
You can. No, you can. Now here's the thing. I for one am not a buyer in this Darqueze Dennard business. I'm just. It sounds like off-season camp fodder stuff. I'm looking for one of the rookies to step up. Samuel Womack. Yeah, I'm looking for Castro Fields. But also take everybody.
Nobody talks about him enough, but I heard enough about him.
No, right? I know. I'm excited to see what they say. They are rookies. But also people got to understand, too, that Jason Verrett, if he's healthy, might be one of the best nickels in the league. He only played it, I think, maybe preseason a little bit for us, and he was very good at it. I think he played it in a pinch a couple of years ago when we had to have it, and he was very good at 2020, as a matter of fact, and he was very good at it. So
because his IQ, football IQ, fam, to play that spot, you need to be very intelligent about the game of football, and he is.
Yeah, we've got options, man. Even if we got to go with the 3 best corners, you know what I'm saying? We get an Ambry Thomas, kick a Mosley inside. He plays outside. We go with a Mosley Verrett package. We have options, and that's what we're here to work out. So, not too concerned about it. We needed. I know guys love K1 the Shark. It was great, but K1 had lost 2 steps, man.
Yeah,
he was getting beat on those. He was getting beat on those fade routes routinely. Aaron Rodgers was.
He
didn't have the legs anymore.
He wasn't going to help us.
Yeah, man. I
agree.
Don't get it twisted. Great blitzer, great tackler, great guy in zone, short zone, kind of. But just the athleticism had left him
on coverage.
Yeah, man. And we want to play more man coverage. And one thing you can't do in the NFL when we play more man coverage is not be able to run. So, not too concerned about that.
That means Demo. You see, that's why.
I like him.
I like him because he's
a
vicious.
Sleeper. He's a sleeper.
Yeah, but
can a guy like him? Yeah, I think so. I feel like last year he was a fish out of water first year in the NFL. Some guys don't get it the first year. There's not many shut down rookie cornerbacks. They just aren't. And if they are,
I've been telling people that, except for what's his name over in with the New Orleans. Lattimore. Lattimore's one of the first guys I've seen come in the league.
He was a first-round pick, like I said.
Bad. What's his name last year with Denver? That boy came out smoking, too.
Not many guys in the 3rd and 4th round, 5th round, 6th round. They're not coming in shutting people down. So
really,
I'm just excited about the future of the secondary because we did not have options. Last couple of years ago, we're running out Brian Allen against the Dolphins and getting torched by Ryan Fitzpatrick. You see what I mean? We've come a mighty long way.
Who nobody even talks about him this year. Remember last year, OBJ's favorite guy? Nobody even talks about him this year. Now, I'm not we make jokes about him. I ain't gonna call his name now, but
But no, we've made strides to get better at that because that was a weakness of ours, and so definitely excited about that this year. Like I said, you couple that with the pass rush, the guys that we got, the waves that we're going to be sending their teams. I'm really happy about that, Ronbo. I don't think that's I don't think the cornerback position and the nickel position is going to be as treacherous. You know, what we have to do is, and one thing I don't want us to do, we don't need to get into a false sense of security and start cutting guys or trying to sneak them on the practice squad or get cute trying to trade guys. Like, that's what we do. We feel like we good. We try to get cute, try to get a 5th-round pick here, a 6th-round pick there. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we need all corners on deck. It happens cornerback and running back. For whatever reason, we can't make it through the season. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is. I don't know how it is. It's 2 positions that require a ton of running, but we need all hands on.
But I just wonder why other teams don't have that same issue. Is that Kyle's program, or what's going on with that? Why do we have guys dropping like flies?
I don't want to say that. But I mean, the truth of the matter is that it is an issue that we have dealt with. But see, the funny thing about it is that it has caused us to have unusual depth at other positions because we have to play so many young guys. So when they come back, they're not only are they coming back with game time experience, but now they're ready to challenge the starters. And in some cases, we have to let some of those guys go and let the young guys bump up, i.e., you know, we got a new guy coming, not new guy, but, you know, we're looking for a lot out of Kevin Givens this year. You know, we went ahead and let DJ Jones go, but we are looking for a lot out of a guy like Kevin Givens. He's a guy that had to play when he had injuries.
What's that guy's name from Philadelphia? We got a couple of big.
Bridgeway. Bridgeway. Things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there are players just like linebacker. How did we get so deep at linebacker? Well, we had a lot of injuries one year. We were down to former safeties, you know what I'm saying, playing linebacker. Like, I mean, like legitimate safeties, not like guys that played it in college, but guys that actually had NFL snaps.
Flanagan Foles, that's a safety to get game.
Yeah, and I love Flanagan Foles. I think he's become really, really good.
You need that.
I think he's become really good.
In today's football, you need that. He needs to have that kind of coverage ability, and he needs to be bulky and have coverage ability, which is exactly what we're talking about.
Right. But I know that tonight you've been cutting them off pretty early, so I didn't want to mention this.
There's 6 minutes
until I got to the end. I didn't want to mention this until I got to the end, you know, because if you think that this is going to be some Jimmy G appreciation type of ceremony, every time you talk about this guy, we have to go back to comparing him to Nick Mullins and comparing him to
Trey, remember one thing before you go any further. I didn't say anything about Jimmy. You did. I was sitting there talking about everything but Jimmy. So go ahead.
No. The caller before me was, you know, the one that got through. You guys had a Jimmy Love fest. It was disgusting.
That's why you said short call. Okay, go ahead, Trey, because you're down to a last minute. Just let you know in advance.
No, I'm done. I just wanted to make sure. Cut myself off. I just wanted to make sure that you guys know that it is, you know, it's cool to reminisce, but just like with other positions, we have to upgrade and move on from injured players. And that's what we're doing. It's nothing more or nothing less, okay? That is the one position where we need that guy not to be available sometimes, but available right now. And so I'll just leave it there. You know, and no hate, no shade to the guy. The guy's a good player. I just think that we've come to a case in point now where it's just like, you know what? We want to go with somebody a little younger, a little bit more durable, and I don't think that's a problem, Ronbo, at any position. Forget just quarterback. So I'm going to leave it alone.
All right.
Here we go with this stuff. Here we go. Ronbo, you have got to go. All right, you're cut off. You're done for the night. You're done. All right.
I've been thrown off my own program.
Cut them off, production.
Guys, I tell you what, I'm gonna go. Trey, it's all yours. I'm out of here. Right?
Ronbo, can we get a last word? Can we get a last?
This is Trey's show.
Nah, man. Shout out to production. Love them. Shout out to the team. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the family. Ronbo's done, y'all. He's
we gotta
done
do
for
that.
the night, okay?
Yeah.
One night
Jay
we'll
start
do that
taking
together,
phone
man. But look, brother, I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna get up out of here. Somebody else is probably waiting on the line. Shout out to everybody, man.
All right,
Take
Trey.
care, man.
Have a good night, fam. Looking forward to Tuesday.
Right,
we got time Tuesday. I'm trying to get in early as I can. All right.
Man, I will. I'll be there.
All right. Night, Trey. And hey, Brian Cup is finally. Thanks, Brian. Hey, Brian, I love your new logo too. That's slick. And so we're gonna try Donut again. Hey, Donut, because we lost you.
Welcome back, Ronbo. Welcome back. You know what I'm saying?
That's a stronger signal.
We had technical difficulties a second ago, Faithful. I'm sorry about that. You understand me? We in one room, and we had my lady Tanisha in the bathtub in the other room. We was trying to do the earpiece thing, but we experienced technical difficulties. But we had to call back before you get off. But let me get a couple of points off, Ronbo, before we get started. Let me start off to the dude, Rudy, Mr. Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. You need to stay off the chat with the dollar store, liquor store cigar. Yeah, you at least get a Havana.
You know he paid 79 cents for that.
I know the difference. It looks bad, but I know the difference, my man. I've been to the cigar club, and I've been to the cognac rooms and all that, player. And look here, man, from one player to another. If you're going to do it big, do it right. My next point I'm going to say, congratulations to Kyler Murray on getting his crying contract. He got that contract because he was out like a little kid. We all know that. Okay? Yes. Now, to my next point, got to give it up to my main man, Shabazz. Tanisha want to say hello, too. He is right about my man, Trey Lance. Our offense is going to be lovely. Yes. My next point, you know what I'm saying? I just want to say one thing about Javon Kinlaw before we get started. You know I'm a fan. I got his jersey. And shout out to the third caller earlier, Papa Dragon, whoever said it about him being like the water boy. I want to switch it up, Mr. Ronbo. We're going to go older than that. Javon Kinlaw need to treat every quarterback like the movie when your boy Forrest Whitaker was playing the D lineman in that movie Fast Time in Richmond High, when Sean Penn messed up his Trans Am and he spray painted the rival name on it, and he saw the people on the next one, and he just had and his game was just 8-ish. You know what I'm saying? So that's all my points to say. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Ronbo?
I'm loving it. But Javon is out on that field growling, man. And they could put Mike him up. Oh, man. You know how much fun that would be? Especially if you growl like... I used to make my mom used to get so mad because I used to come in behind her. Because I had a dog like that. Because every time somebody tried to take the bowl, he'd be eating. My little brother, I don't know what's wrong with him. He'd be trying to move the bowl out from underneath. His name was Thomas. Dog, tell me, man, I said, Kenny, man, you gonna pull that ball off me? Watch this. Thomas, he'd be mad immediately.
That's right. Man, because, man, we all know when the growl comes, man, you are in big trouble. But, man.
And his head wasn't moving or nothing. Man, but, you could just see the growl in the eyes following that hand. Okay.
What are we talking about today, Ronbo?
We're talking about the slot position. And, K1 did lose a couple of steps, but he was very effective up until then, which was last year, right? And so now we got guys trying out for the spot. It's a little scary because you can lose a game with guys ruining that slot, running through that slot freely and do whatever they want to do because there's a lot of good slot receivers out there. And then we're ranked number 2 by anybody is exciting, our wide receiver room. Man,
That's exciting. You know what I'm saying? But go with the slot. There's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? The slot receiver, the slot that can not take away, but that can replace him. It's a no-brainer. It's going to be my man Avery Thomas, man. Let's keep it real. One side is going to be Mosley. The other side is going to be Javarius Ward. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Let's give the young man a shot at because you got to be ready to play 1 or 2 corner anyway. And the way he shined in the playoffs, and he can't do nothing to get better and better. So put Avery Thomas at the slot. And let's get him going. And that is going to be okay, Ronbo. As far as
he's got the foot speed.
Go ahead.
He needs quickness, though, to play the slot. Because I don't want Avery Thomas sitting down because it's Javarius Ward, unless he can't beat out Emmanuel Mosley. And I wonder if he can beat out. They're still going to feel more confident with Emmanuel Mosley. But you know what, Donut? Emmanuel Mosley is going to get hurt. He never finishes the season, though, so we'll see.
Hey, all we can do is pray for the best. You know what I'm saying? Expect the worst, pray for the best. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you got players that's injury prone who who didn't last half a season, all of a sudden they last a whole season. You know what I'm saying? So we can play for that, especially with modern medicine and the way they training. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Most don't want to go out. He want to get paid one day too. So he got to be on the field to do that. The best availability and dependability. You know what I'm saying? We all know that. So I mean, let them three fight for number 1 and 2, and whoever don't win the 1 and 2 spot, shut that man to number 3 at the slot, and just let him do his thing, because you got to have a little speed to play 1 and 2. You got to have you got to be able to shut a man down when they do that little that 1-2 step before they make their route. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All it takes is the shuck rules. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be okay. Now, as far as the receiver room is concerned, on paper, I do believe it, but as far as the other callers say, I believe it when I do see it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because it's going to be a switch up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't get your feelings hurt.
I'm excited, but then again, don't get too excited. You know what I'm saying? Because when it's all said and done, I'm not worried about who's number 1, who's number 2, or who's number 3. When it's all said and done, I'm worried about is how far we make it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the playoffs. Let's make it to the back to the NFC Championship. Mm-hmm. And if the Rams is lucky enough to make it again, let's go ahead and shut them down and shut them up one more time, and turn them from smoking cigars to cigarettes, turn them from drinking champagne to just tap water, and I do mean tap water for Flint, Michigan, Old Ill. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad. And I'm glad you called Rudy out, because I don't know enough about cigars to call Rudy out. And Rudy, now that we found out from somebody who knows about that, you just got exposed. And Rudy he'll bring in proof now that's a $50 Cuban. Watch.
I mean, it's easy to find a tab. It's easy to find a rapper outside the store or something like that, and then strictly put one on. I mean, Bernie. It was on Bernie Mac's show. You know what I'm saying? He used to give his boys on that one episode. He was exposed by Vanessa. Bernie. They think they smoked a good cigar, but Uncle Bernie, he just put the rappers on them. And Bernie Mac say, I don't let them do like that because they got to smoke the whole stick. You know what I'm saying? I tell Chewy all the time, man, stop playing, Rudy. Stop playing.
Sound just like Bernie. That's awesome. Tony, we got to go, though, fam. Let me tell you what.
Hey, Tanisha says hello, everybody. Tanisha said hello, everybody, live from the bathtub. You know what I'm saying?
She's still in the bathroom, right? Yeah. All right.
Yes. She's getting zestfully clean and everything. And I just had to call back and get my point out. But shout out to the faithful. Shout out to Productions. And we the ones that make the contributions. We say it again, man. Look here, Rudy. Stay up off the chat with the fake stuff, man. Come with the real, brother. We are out.
I love it. John, can't wait to hear from you. I mean, Tuesday, probably Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, it's going to be probably, I don't know how many times the media can come in, but I think we'll be doing this all week long. Be looking for you. All right? Doing it? Okay. Splendifer says, y'all better put some respect on my name. Amen. Splendifer Sweet, you know what? Mosley to me is like underrated. I put a post up on Instagram, and you know what? Mosley's underrated. I've seen enough from him to know that guy can play. All he has to do is stay on the field, but Mosley can play. I definitely agree. Hey, Steven, come on in. You in Rome.
What's up, Ronbo?
Rome. I mean. Listen. Now I'm gonna start. You're the other guy. I called to talk to Rome, but Steven.
No worries. I'll go and put on her.
I tell you, we're
get his picture.
I can't wait till that time comes so he can make some sort of sounds. Steven, no, we're looking for the fact of the matter is the 49ers. And people can say, oh man, you know what? That's pretty petty, guys. You make a big deal out of that. That's not even. There's this organization that some group of writers got together and said the 49ers are the second best wide receiving room in the NFL before the season starts. I hated to be petty about that, but Stephen, give me your feeling on that, and were they accurate? And also, with the slot situation we got this year, are you comfortable with the fact that we may have to figure something out with that? With the candidates that are involved?
In terms of the corner, Well, in terms of the corner, I'm kind of comfortable. I mean, I'm not really worried too much about it. Jason Verrett's coming back off an injury. Ambry Thomas displayed immaculate potential in the playoff season. So, I mean, really picking off Matthew Stafford for us to go into the playoffs, there could have been a better highlight. My boy, I mean, he was on cloud nine going all the way up into the NFC Championship.
And I mean, he went up high to get that, didn't he?
Oh, absolutely. But you know what? Like I said about Ambry Thomas, it only goes up for him, especially in terms of skill and prowess. But the wide receiver room, I know a lot of people are going to hate me when I say this, but putting him at number 2 is a little too generous, only because we only
it's okay.
We only saw some potential in Ayuk last season, only because he was in the doghouse for, I guess, behavioral issues, not even because of skill, just because he wasn't showing kind of dicking around in practice, thinking he was going to be, wide receiver 1 over Debo. Debo, I mean, really was used as a running back or a power back, if you want to go ahead and be real honest about it. And then all of our other wide receivers, Jeff Wilson Jr. kept getting out on injury. River Craycraft kept letting us down every time we threw a pass to him. There's a lot that needs to be worked on in that wide receiver room outside of Debo and Ayuk. Jeff, are
you feeling Juwan Jennings, though? I didn't really realize he was as good as he was last year because I was worried about Kendrick Bourne leaving. And Jennings sort of filled that same kind of thing with an exclamation point.
Jennings really, really outdid a lot of people's expectations in terms of, where he was on the spectrum in that wide receiver room. When you think of the 49ers wide receiver core, the first 2 names that pop up in your head is Ayuk and Debo. But with Juwan, he really showed what he can really bring to the table. And I think that's something that is worth noting. Honestly, I mean, if I were to rank the 49ers wide receiver room, I'd probably put them at number 5. Probably put them at number 5.
Okay.
Still in the top 10, still in the top 5, but number 5.
Steven, give me something. Cincinnati is ranked by this particular group as the best there is, the best there ever was, and the best there ever will be. But but Steven, that's number 1. Who do you put number 2, 3, and 4?
I think I put number 2 the Bills. Josh.
Diggs. Diggs and who else?
Oh my God, there's one more person I was thinking of. I can't remember.
I thought about Buffalo, and then I thought about Kansas City, and I said, but Tyreek must have meant a lot to that voting. I think they look at the 49ers because we have every type of receiver you can have. You got Debo, the brute. You got Ayuk, who runs very good routes, way beyond what I even knew until I seen him last year. You got Jennings, a jack of all trade out there. You got George Kittle, because it's wide receivers. I mean, it's receivers, period. It's receivers / tight ends. And George Kittle, of course, is a Pro Bowler. You got 2 Pro Bowlers in our group.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Ross Dwelly's going to make the team or not, the way they're talking about him. But depending on how many tight ends they're going to keep this year. Because I tell you, Steven, it's going to be tough to actually balance, or even, God, how do you? I don't know how the 49ers are going to do the math on this. Some rooms are going to be a little bigger than they should be, probably, and some rooms are going to be scrounging for probably a need at some point. But go ahead.
Well, you can't cut Dwelly and keep Tavar Pepper on the team. Let's put it together. If anyone's going to get cut,
is Tavar Pepper? I forgot about it. What position does he play? Tavar Pepper.
I think Tavar Pepper is also a tight end.
I have not heard that name in such a long time.
Yeah, so you can't cut Dwelly and keep Pepper. It's just it won't look right. Because Pepper is damn near non-existent.
My guess is that's not going to happen.
Yeah, so
Charlie Warner messed Dwelly up last year. Charlie Warner started coming on. I don't know if he was a superior blocker or why the 49ers started leaning toward Warner a little bit more.
That is a good question. I did notice that too. Honestly, I don't even have a solid answer or reason or even a hypothesis as to why they substituted Charlie Warner in for Dwelly. To me, I just thought that was weird. But if you are going to cut somebody, for the love of Christ, if you're going to cut somebody, please let go of Nate
Tavon.
Sudfeld.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, by the
Jeez.
way, wait, before this gets away on the chat, I'm looking at Bills have Diggs, Jamison Crowder, Gabriel Davis.
Yep,
Yeah.
there you go. Crowder and Diggs together should be put at
That's a good
least,
combination, huh?
in my honest opinion, I think they should be number one. And then
Even number one?
two should be, oh, yeah.
Cincinnati?
Oh, yeah. Here's the thing.
Chase
Ronbo,
and Diggs,
if Buffalo
that's a
didn't
tough
get screwed-
combination. Who?
Well, if Buffalo didn't get screwed with that overtime ruling, easily, we probably would have seen a Super Bowl between, I don't know, the Bills and the Rams. And I could guarantee you the Bills would have kicked the shit out of the Rams 110%.
That would have been funny. Because the Bills got more experience. Cincinnati came in there, they weren't really ready for prime time. They were good, but not quite ready for the Rams. And that's why I know the 49ers would have won that Super Bowl as well. But they needed to be healthy.
Yeah.
So.
And that seems to be the main running joke with the 49ers, period.
They need to be healthy. Beat anybody, but they need to be healthy.
I think we're solid. I mean, the wide receiver room, I'm gonna stick to that number 5, because that's where I see them at.
Okay.
It's just how it is. Because we use Debo, like I said, as a power back. Ayuk, we barely see him get displayed very well. And then you have Juwan Jennings, who broke out. I mean, our top, in my opinion, our top flashy wide receiver, in my opinion,
was probably Juwan, huh?
was Kendrick Bourne.
Okay. Don't get me started on Kendrick. I'm still bothered by that. People gave me a lot of grief for supporting Kendrick Bourne, but I used to love to watch him make those spectacular third down clutch plays. Oh, there's Kendrick Bourne. There he goes. There goes the dance. He's in a touchdown, Bourne. Where did you come from in that play? Oh, my God. I used to love that.
Man, just watching him was nice. He had a really nice finishing touch when it came to running routes. It's unfortunate that the 49ers let him walk, or he just said, fucking, I'm gone on live.
Well, they didn't want to pay him. Yeah, they didn't want to pay him.
Yeah.
But Kendrick Bourne,
I mean,
Stephen,
really,
you noticed that. But Kendrick Bourne was one of the fastest, actually rated fastest in the league of getting in and out of a route. That's what his secret was.
And I'm hoping, because don't get me wrong, Brandon Ayuk is flashy, but I really hope Juwan Jennings learns from Kendrick Bourne, from what he had as a teammate, and really display his own version of what Kendrick Bourne would do on in and out routes, and just destroy corners. I mean, really, I have a lot of hopes for Juwan.
He grew last year, Stephen. If he keeps growing, no telling what he's going to look like now. I mean,
And I'm interested to see how Danny Gray does. That's another wide receiver I'm looking at.
Everybody is.
Everyone's saying that he's doing really good, but
we finally got speed,
we don't know.
Steve. Everything's got to wait. It's only practice right now. Let's see what they look like in a scrimmage game or something. Anyway, Steve, we're going to roll, and can't wait till Tuesday. I'll be looking for you, and let's see what the reporters have to say about what they saw. All right.
Ronbo.
Have a good night. You too. See you next. Hey, say good night to Rome for me.
I will, Ronbo.
Night, fam.
Good night.
So anyway, fam, I want to thank you guys for the contributions tonight. I really do appreciate that. Please subscribe, hit like. You know how I feel about likes. I take them personally. I was going to say, it's nice tonight. Oh, I know the Rams fans are still lurking about. Okay. Don't worry. Soon, I suspect they'll start to fade into the mist. You know how Homer Simpson backs into that bush? That'll be the Rams backing up into that bush out of sight. Rams, you guys know, man. We're not gonna forget you. We'll find you too. We're gonna have groups of guys that are just gonna keep everybody informed as to where you guys are hanging out. You'll probably change your username so we don't know. There's no way Ready to Go goes anyplace else with that name other than in here. They're probably clever enough to know not to use the same names. We'll find you. You can also, your rhetoric can be identified, because Ready to Go can always be identified because he doesn't know anything about football. The guy says things that make absolutely zero sense. So you'll know who he is no matter where he goes. Bam, I'll see you Tuesday. Let's see what happens in camp. And